Welcome to the EST Hangout.
This is the EST Hangout, and today's guests are...
We're live on EST now. We're live on the audio stream, so well done, Classen. No one on YouTube heard any of that, but our audio listeners heard that.
Good, good.
I'm
an audio listener anyway. So
Are you?
Shout out to my audio listeners. No, because I don't have YouTube.
The TV
Premium.
guy loves
the
audio.
I like to do other things on my phone while I'm just listening on the iHeartRadio.
Mike,
app.
a little closer.
Shout out to the iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio, tune in, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Tune in.
That's true.
That's where we are right now because this is the EST Hangout presented by Two Hoots Hard Iced Tea. A Boulder Real Brew Tea. Don't just give a hoot, give two. Josh Classen, rapper turned weatherman with us here. We got Ty Jordan, who we used to work with here in Edmonton a number of years ago, but now he's in Calgary.
Matt, Josh and I got together and we gave you intros for you to read about us.
Oh, okay.
So that one's mine.
Lieutenant Eric's with us here,
I'm
too.
just watching.
I'm intrigued by this. He's with X92 in Calgary.
No,
Just
just
quickly.
read that. I knew you were going to do me dirty, so I wrote this out.
Oh, my
boy.
God. Look at all
Pages
this.
and
Josh
pages.
has one too, though.
Well, then why didn't you give it to me while I was introducing Josh?
Oh, I didn't know.
I was literally just saying Josh Classen.
He assumed you were going to introduce him first.
This
Well,
is
you
why
could've-
I called you last night.
Big
You didn't
time in the
answer.
show.
I texted you back. I was at the Elks annual dinner.
I didn't know what
also,
that was.
as I was saying it was rapper turned weatherman, you could have stopped me just like you did with you. And
this is Josh's
Okay.
as well.
Our next guest needs no introduction. You know him from improv at the Edmonton Fridge. You know him from running pop stations in Edmonton like Bass Hits. You know him from his Canadian Broadcast Dialogue Awards runner-up podcast, After Hours with Mariah and Ty.
We lost to Jan Arden. That was bullshit. Thanks for leaving that out, but I had to add
There's
that in.
more.
Yeah, there's more.
You can hear him on X92.9 in Calgary. You can also hear him on Cruise in Edmonton. He starts at bench for the Calgary
Saracens, the Calgary Saracens
Rugby
rugby team.
club.
I
Oh,
started bench for them.
He is a Cavalry FC supporter. Boo. Long live FC Edmonton. But most importantly, he taught me everything I know about sports.
I didn't write that part.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ty Jordan.
All right.
This
is Josh's.
That was really well done,
This
Matt.
next
You put a
guest
lot of
has no
effort into this.
introduction.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Okay.
Lost shorter.
Oh, yeah.
Our other guest is a rapper who moonlights as a weatherman. Josh Classen, better known as Juggling Omnipotent Content or simply Mr. Suit and Tie. Josh
We
Classen.
also
Isn't it omnipotent? What is it?
omnipotent.
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 Juggling omnipotent content.
Are you surprised that he knew that?
That it's
Wow.
omnipotent.
Yeah,
Thanks for calling me an idiot or something right there.
Listen, no, we've talked about this the last time I was on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's
No,
just
but-
Jock. J-O-C.
No, you
Juggling
stopped
omnipotent
because of
content.
Young Jock.
Just calling me. Oh,
Remember?
I did have to stop for a little while because of Young Jock, and I also had to stop going with Mr. Suit and Tie once Timberlake came out with Mr.
yeah.
Suit.
Have you
These
just
guys are
been getting
stealing-
cease and desists left,
Yeah.
right, and center? Hey,
They're always
Yeah,
on your
yep.
hopping on your spot.
it's the Atmospheric Avenger.
That's the original.
Ain't nobody taking that
That's
from you,
right.
right? You're
No,
sending
no,
out the
no,
ceases
nobody's
and
going
desists.
Atmospheric
You're sending them.
Avenger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I worked hard on those intros.
Thanks, man. I appreciate
not
that.
gonna lie. It was yesterday. I was at the Elks dinner.
How was the
I
Elks
just sat
dinner?
there and I just wrote that out. Didn't
They
listen.
asked him to come up and talk. I think he was like, I'm busy. I can't do this.
No,
And
we
writing
we're-
intros.
We're too busy having Dusty up there and Dave Jameson up there.
Oh,
So
nice.
like all the people connected to us were up there anyways. It was great. I've never
Yeah.
been to an annual dinner before. Have you ever gone to one of those?
Never.
They're
Never been invited.
they're a fun time. Great meal, delicious. A lot of great football people. Jay Mill knows everyone. The football
I
community
like,
in Edmonton
I
is
like
tight.
that the first thing you mentioned about the Elks dinner was the
food?
food was fantastic.
I read the whole menu this morning. It looked unreal.
Did
Was
they
it
share?
They had salad dressing out of they were pouring salad dressing out of pitchers. They had pitchers of salad dressing at the table.
Yeah, somebody took
There's
all of them on
somebody,
our
somebody
table.
drenched their whole pitcher.
Because you have an alum with you, but he it went to Tube Socks came and his son listeners, and they poured a little dressing. They got the other guy, and he dumped it all out on his. And we're just like, okay,
Dry salad.
somebody. So we had one more on the table. We all like got as much as we could. There was like none left for Jay and I. And then as we're like literally scraping whatever we can, somebody came and gave us another one. Like, thank you very much, because I was starting to eat a dry
They
salad.
had a
and it was
spare
not
pitcher
good.
in the back.
They had it somewhere. We were placed at a very nice spot. We were 2 spots away from the bar.
That's
Perfect.
Wow.
Yeah, we were very lucky with that. It was great just seeing all the alum that were there. Michael Riley was there.
Jay got a
he looks
picture
like
with-
he could still play.
Jay got a picture with Tracy Ham. He was very
which
proud.
I had
to-
to push him towards.
Yeah,
He
you
wanted
took the photo. Very
I
nice
took the
photo.
I took a few photos for people last night.
Yeah.
I'm good at taking photos.
You are, yeah.
I know there's the angles you got to do, and
None
you
of them were
always do
blurry
both.
either, as
You gotta
alcohol
take
was served at this event.
You got to take multiple pictures.
Yeah.
What's that
Always
phone
take-
camera? What's that? What are you rocking?
Oh, he
Well, this is the 22, but I didn't use my phone.
Oh, wow.
Or did I use it for
You can
Jay's?
use anyone's phone.
big Android
doesn't
man
matter.
here. Yeah.
Oh, Kayla from Turf District has like an old iPhone that she still uses and stuff.
Love it. Love it. Oh
He's
no.
not.
No. I'm on Google Pixel.
We're Android.
Oh yeah.
Androids, baby.
But
over
all
here.
Androids except for Air.
I have an iPhone.
But the dinner was great. The whole event was great. And then the big news at the very end was they've announced that there's always been the Wall of Honor, obviously, at Commonwealth. There was always one for builders, but no one knew where it was. They're going to actually put it up below the press box.
Good.
On that was that west side of the stadium. And they're inducting Dwayne Mandrusiak into it as well.
Oh, good.
And he came up in a nice speech last night. It was hilarious. He was great. But finally, getting his honor that he deserves with the club.
Do you know what I feel too?
Long-time
Jay was
guy.
talking about that on the show. When that happened, and I chalk it up to a lot of ignorance as well. People are in here that don't know maybe the story and the history and everything like that, and decisions are made. But to kick off the season with that dinner last night and to bring Dwayne back on with his family and kind of right those wrongs, what a way to kick off a season off the field.
Well, and especially for 75.
Yeah.
Because it's 75, like I don't know of any other, like that was a surprise to everyone there. No one was expecting that. And I couldn't think of a better way to celebrate
Beautiful.
75 years, honoring the guy who spent 49 years with the club.
Righting that wrong, though, right?
Yes.
Righting that
I
wrong.
remember when that happened. You guys were talking about that all the time in the office for a little bit.
It's very crusty. That was a move that didn't sit well and shouldn't have with a lot of people in the community. But good to see that that's, again, righted prior to kickoff tomorrow afternoon.
Do we have any? Is there any more word on
The weathers? Oh,
So they were supposed to sell. Well, we got to get to the weather. People are not happy. We also have
I'm not happy
we have a
either.
question to ask you. But so there was a lot of applicants. There was a bunch of applicants that came in.
That's why they brought you on.
And they were down to, I think, 6 at one point. Now they're into finalists. They are taking their time with this to make sure they do it right.
we had Naylor
They
on
are
yesterday
not
morning,
rushing
too. He said usually if there's this time and you're like, what's going on? Usually that would signify that there's a lack of interest. He said it's the complete opposite in this case, and that they're taking time from all of these applicants to get
So-
that right one and perfect one.
I was talking with someone from higher up with the Elks yesterday, and he went, like, when they announced they're putting this team up for sale, like, going to sell, there was a worry that no one was going to be interested.
Right.
And instead, they were like, they've got a bunch of people interested. So now they're just having to pick and make sure they make the right decision on who takes this.
And going through Park Lane, which handled the Alouettes situation, now they're Grey Cup champions. So if you do that math,
Yeah, that'd be a great cup.
find your
champions
owner and you'll be
next
Grey Cup
year.
champions.
Montreal
soon.
yesterday. What happened to the Bombers?
I watched
Your
the game.
Bombers.
I was at home. I wasn't at the supper.
I've been a couple games, Matt.
You spent time in Winnipeg.
Are you a Bomber?
Oh, you spent time in Winnipeg.
time in the
He
past.
loves
Is that
Winnipeg.
where you're at though? Or
I
It's
usually,
not the Stamps. You're not cheering for the
No.
Stamps. I don't think you care about the
Say
CFL.
yes.
I
Say
watch
no.
the CFL so loosely.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like, I don't know.
That's okay. You can party with everybody though.
That's what
You
I
gotta
do.
be- Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Keep
Red
your
Blacks.
options open.
He's all Red
Yeah, I'm a
Blacks.
Red Blacks guy for sure.
Big Drew Brown guy.
I
Because
could
he
go
came
Big
from
Big True
Winnipeg.
Brown.
I
Yeah.
will say, like the stadium there blew my mind. I was like, holy
McMahon?
shit! No, IG Field.
Oh.
Yeah. Princess
Princess
Auto.
Auto was
all
Princess
right.
Auto.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
Princess
It
Auto
is a nice
now.
place. Yeah.
Well, after seeing McMahon, yes.
Well, yeah.
Wow. I saw McMahon after, and I've only been to one Stamps game.
There is a romantic side to McMahon, I must say. I like the old style, concrete slab and
They have great
leaking
sight
everywhere.
lines. I
liquids
stand by
everywhere.
it. You sit in those seats, you're close to the action.
You
It's
are
a good
close to
sight
the
line.
action.
That is the
That's it.
only benefit.
There's nothing else
The
good about
only
that
benefit.
stadium.
Whoa! There's
It's
like
trash.
a Caesar within like a 5-foot walk anywhere you go. There's like a Caesar station everywhere. That's pretty huge.
That's great.
You need
That
those.
drums up. But it's better than here with
You
that
need
track,
those.
even though that's been taken out. But that separation of the
Being
field
far
is
away,
so
yeah,
great,
it's-
you know?
Well, that's the one thing that it was just always going to cost too much money. But the two things what they looked at doing, one is lowering the field and building seats closer to it. But you don't need more seats in that stadium. Was it windy this week in Edmonton?
Yes.
What
What are you talking about?
What is considered
Have you
windy?
been in Edmonton this week?
What is considered windy?
So when we keep track historically, days where gusts are over 30 kilometers per hour get counted as a windy day.
Now, is that a universal or just a
Or is that a
Edmonton
Josh
based one?
Classen thing, or
It's
is
a
that
Josh
a weather
Classen
thing?
That's an Environment Canada.
Okay, Trev.
Wow, interesting.
Trev, you around?
Trev didn't think
Did
it
you
was
hear
windy
that?
today?
Okay.
Trev, did you not think it was
a
windy
little
today?
backstory here for our guests,
This is
Matty.
started.
Yeah,
so this
I don't
started. Why
understand.
we didn't do the backstory because I needed to do
Yeah,
it
no,
impartially.
you want the unfettered,
And so
unfiltered
that's what we
answer,
got
The
from the weather
impartial
guy.
Matthew Iwanyk.
From the weather guy.
Environment Canada. Environment Canada
Actually,
sources.
you got to because was on the morning show yesterday. Was I got beef?
Yeah. Yes.
That's where it started.
I think so. Yeah, that is where it
Trev
started, yeah.
is from Pincher Creek. And apparently they always have gusts or like of 200 kilometers an hour. Always. It's
It
never.
is windier
It's
there
never
than
not
here.
200 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
It's only 200.
Yeah.
They gotta bolt their bikes
Because
down.
it's so windy there, it's not windy here. It can't be considered windy here because this isn't windy.
Well, no.
What did he call it?
Listen, I would agree to some extent.
A breeze?
with
That's
what
a
Trev is
stronger
saying.
wind than here. We know
Yes,
that.
and if you grew up always having 80 kilometers per hour gusts,
Yeah.
then you would come here. and
But
you'd be
then
like,
he
"This
was
is
saying
nothing."
the definition of windy does not mean this. But you're saying Environment Canada is opposite.
Yeah, no,
Environment Canada
it
says this
it
is
does
windy.
count as a windy day.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's all we're saying, like to him or trying to say, is that it could just because it's windier somewhere else doesn't mean it can't be windy here.
No, that yes.
Okay.
That's
Like if it's
true.
30 here in the summer and Tehran's like 50, we're not saying like it's a little warm here, you know? Like
It's hot.
It's hot.
It's hot.
It's hot.
It's sure it's
It's a
hotter.
nice day in
hotter.
Edmonton. It's
Yeah,
minus
yeah.
40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this-
it's minus 50
This
somewhere
has
else.
become a
It's
big
nice.
thing.
Fine.
We went for drinks after the dinner yesterday. Me and Trev got into it.
Raged on.
We then asked the waitress about it.
No.
She said it was windy.
Oh.
And then she's like, I love how you guys have been talking about this all night. And we're like, oh, it's been going on all day.
Like 3
So,
hours just on wind.
It's,
It is. Everybody this week is like, what is up with the wind?
When can we see it blow through? Like, is there an ending to this thing? Or, hey,
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday look better.
what happened to tomorrow?
yeah.
Oh.
Monday, Tuesday, I'm looking at that extended. I'm like,
All right.
wow, this
So
is great.
I almost need maps to explain this.
You didn't bring any?
Can I draw on the wall? I
don't think I have it on
Go
there.
for it.
We
eh?
got some Sharpies. So there's been a big, and the reason it's been so windy is over northern Alberta and then down through Saskatchewan, you've had this trough of low pressure, this arm of low pressure, right? And then to the southwest of us, we had this big upper ridge, this nice bubble of warm air that all week looked like it was going to move all the way north, take over BC, then Alberta, then sweep into Saskatchewan. And then 2 days ago, all of a sudden it was like, oh no, that upper low is not going anywhere. And now not only is it not going anywhere, it's actually moving into a worse position in central Saskatchewan. And so we're going to get into some cool northerly wind and clouds and shower. Listen, Murray, who texted me yesterday about his Celtics, one down. You're right, Murray. We'll talk about the Celtics later. Murray, it's not, I would like to tell all the golfers, it's not going to pour rain all day tomorrow. Don't cancel your tee times. It's going to be a little cool. There will be some showers. It's not going to be as windy as it was today. It'll be a little breezy, but it's not as bad as the last couple of days. So there you go.
I think you
Golfers,
take
you
that
can
at this
still,
point, right?
you can
Yeah,
still go.
we were talking yesterday. It sucks for the Elks.
It does suck.
It's
for,
like
yeah.
been awful.
When it was
Like,
25 and sunny.
Well, you see 25
Yeah.
sunny.
Yeah.
You had the Oiler game day, so it has to be moved. You're like, hey, can you get
Do
people to
the
go
Elks
there?
know that it's like 200-kilometer winds in Pincher Creek? Like, do they know that?
Trev's gonna be so mad.
I love it. I love it.
But now that it's like the high is 8 degrees or something.
Yeah,
But
and
as you mentioned,
I think,
So-
I
it's a
think
nice.
I think the best chance of rain is going to be earlier in
But
the
still
day.
cool
and
though now.
then-
Like it was
Yeah,
before, it was gonna be
it'll
25.
cool and cloudy. It's
now
not
we're
going to be
down
sunny
to
and
8.
hot. It's not
But it'll
gonna be
allow
sunny.
you to pace yourself a little more throughout the day, right?
Sure.
I mean, I think that's
if you're looking for the positive that way.
kind of meeting in the middle a bit.
Reminder: Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge just off Fort Road. Myself, Jay Mann, will be there tomorrow, 1 o'clock. It's the Green and Gold Kickoff Show. First one here on Edmonton Sports Talk. It lives. It's back. Can't wait to get that going. And then we will have the
clap?
post-game show. You don't have to clap.
Okay.
It's all good. Unless you wrote me a
You
script
can't.
to read about it.
Well,
I
that's
don't know.
funny thing about that. I'm just kidding.
We will have a post-game show as well, but that will be YouTube only because on our audio stream tomorrow, we got the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Trev, Sean Bell, Matt Cassian, Zach to come, all at Hudson's Bourbon Street. Getting you set for game one of the Oilers. Reminder on the show today, we got to qualify someone for the $100 hole-in-one presented by Golftown, as well as the VIP table to the Great Outdoors Comedy Festival July 13th with Kevin Hart, the Epi Table 4, which we'll give away on the morning show next Friday. So we got lots to do on the show as
Can
well.
I get in on that $100,000 hole in
Yeah,
one
you're not
contest?
you're not
try
an
it.
employee. You can text in.
Okay, good.
You don't know
People
the
from
keyword
Calgary
for today.
win.
Well, you'd have to drive up for the hole-in-one contest.
Somebody from Airdrie got in, and she said she'll make the drive. So challenge
Get
on the
in
table.
July
yeah.
3rd at the ranch, 7 o'clock, 180 yards out, hole 17.
No problem.
What would you use?
That's a nice little 8-iron.
Depends what the winds are, Matt.
Nice little 8-iron.
That's what I got to know.
Well, that is truthfully, you do have to know.
He's on it.
That's right.
What would you swing? Clear day.
Probably a 6. Yeah, 180, probably a 6.
Our contestant this morning, I think, said a 7 or an 8, if my memory
Yeah,
around
definitely
there.
not an 8.
I've gone many times the last couple of weeks explaining how it's going to go for me if I had to do it.
Yeah.
I'll pull a 4-iron out because I'll want to overshoot it.
I know.
I got to let
Buddy,
him know.
I
and then
just-
I'm going to go up
We
and I'm
are-
going to put it in the water and then I'm going to go cry.
I don't play golf. My brother and my
You
dad
do play
love
golf
it.
occasionally.
I played like the mini putt golf in the office
I
once.
thought you would go before.
I have gone, but not a golf guy.
Do you own clubs? You gotta-
I did.
Yeah.
I'm playing rugby again now.
I love
instead.
it. That's a good. Not a lot of rugby players coming through the hangout and
Did you have
stuff.
rugby in
Saracens as
high
well.
school here?
I played in high school here.
I didn't have a rugby team in my high school. Did you?
And then I played in Winnipeg. I'd say I only played in Winnipeg, really, because right now I'm just playing bench
Yeah,
for the
well,
Calgary Saracens.
Starting bench.
It takes
Starting
a team.
that bench.
It takes a team, right?
Yeah, that's right. I run waters really well now. Not 25 is what I've learned. But my brother and my dad were trying to get me to play golf all the time. I think they gave me money to get a membership at Cardiff back in the day.
Because you don't live too
They
far from
gave
it.
me
Yeah,
money.
I'm from Cardiff.
Like, just-
They wanted me to go get
They're
a Cardiff
paying you to
membership.
play golf.
Yeah, and I went and took that money and played high school rugby instead.
The fact that you're from Cardiff here, is that why you cheer for Cardiff?
Yes.
Soccer?
Oh, cool.
Cardiff is named after Cardiff, Wales.
I was
but that's-
wondering why your affinity with like.
I always
Because
like,
he's gone into soccer for those.
Yeah.
I've always just thought like if I'm gonna I was cheering for the Cardiff Blues for rugby, and then when I was like, well, let's find out what soccer's about. After this guy was in my ear, and so were you, and
Yeah,
Team Canada
to a
was
lesser
hot.
degree,
Ted
yeah.
Lasso was out.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like,
I still
oh,
remember.
Cardiff
You're the one that
City.
got me on Ted Lasso. Like, you love soccer, watch this. And it had nothing to do with soccer. It pissed me off.
You didn't like it?
Well, I like the show, but like you're trying to tell
It
me
had
like I don't-
nothing to do with soccer.
Well, like
to you?
in terms of the you were like it's got something to do with soccer. You're gonna love it because it's like about soccer and all this. And I was like, it actually has nothing to do with like the actual in depth of
right.
soccer. It is like wrong. Like with what they do with soccer, they're wrong.
So winning time
But Rex-
isn't about basketball.
Wrexham, that's a real story. Wrexham, like that is actually teaches you more about soccer.
Is that good?
It is good.
It's great.
Yeah, it's great.
Pretty
fantastic.
nice. Yeah.
I tried to watch the.
Ted
Man
Lasso's
U-
a heartwarming story. It's beautiful.
Glad-
But it's not about it's not about like how to
the background
It's
of
not
the-
run
yeah.
about how to run a soccer team. Wrexham's beating like United and Liverpool and stuff and like or not.
Well, no, but you know, yeah,
Whatever the
that's
team,
that's the real
Richmond.
life. This is just yeah.
Did you try to watch the Man U? I know you probably wouldn't because you hate that team. But
City?
the Man United like treble Netflix documentary
I'm Man United.
or Man City? Man City. Sorry. I know you're Man
No,
United.
the trouble. The
All of a
doc.
sudden.
There's a doc that came out for Man United's trouble in '99.
Okay, I'm talking about the '99 doc.
That's
No,
my team.
I know that's your team, the
No.
Red. I'm talking about the Man City one that just came out on Netflix.
I thought that's about the United team in '99.
No.
They did a City one that when they won the treble last year.
Yes, it's out, and I'll tell you, it was not as good as the Wrexham documentary. I was
Not
like,
at all.
who's
Because
this
it's about
for?
City.
They
But
need
who's
to do a
this for?
documentary of their 115 charges that they're
Thank
taking
you.
the Premier League to court over here. It's
United's
I wanna-
presenting against them. They're one of the few clubs presenting against
Newcastle, Everton, and Wolves. I think are the other ones that are joining with City.
City. No,
to back them.
isn't Chelsea in there?
Chelsea probably.
I think
too,
Chelsea's
yeah.
in there.
Any of the foreign. Yeah.
Watch, they'll all get some players from City this year.
You guys got to start cheering for the championship teams. That's where the real
That's,
action is.
League 2, baby.
That's where Wrexham's going to be
Give me
next
a little
year.
Morecambe FC.
No,
or,
Wrexham is in League One.
They got
they're-
promoted to
yeah,
League
yeah,
One. That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, right, because I'm the
they're
championship.
doing the
all of
climb.
that.
They'll be in the Premier League in a
10 years.
10.
I think about 10.
Oh,
I
they'll
bet you
get
that
they'll get
jump's pretty
investment
tough.
enough to shave that in half at least. I'd say.
Well, so you got to get through
They got
League
Hollywood
One
behind
to
them
get
for
to
crying out loud.
championship.
Then championship to Prem.
But then you got to build in championship.
Yeah,
There's
but
a
look
lot
at
of
Man
really
City.
good
You don't got
teams.
to build. It's money, and it's money in pomp and pageantry that'll get you over the. They'll
That
be
is
there.
true.
When are
Josh,
we
you
going
got
to
a
start
soccer
cheering
club?
for soccer? When are we going to get you in
I have
the
no football.
Rugby guy, though?
affinity.
Nothing.
No.
You just called it football,
Listen,
so you have a little bit of
Auto
affinity for
racing.
it.
this
Auto
guy.
We were
racing.
saying soccer, and you went with the football.
cricket.
Do you really?
I'd do cricket
My man,
over,
I love it.
over football.
I remember when you did the pod with Cook,
Yes.
CNC Music Factory.
That's right.
And I was with you
CNC
guys. For that.
Sports
Sports Factory, sorry. And it was during the World Cup, and we talked about that a few
The
times.
Cricket World Cup.
Yes,
It was
of 15. It was amazing.
I recorded all of the games. And you see the U.S.?
Beat Pakistan.
Beat Pakistan.
Wild.
Big deal.
I'm more of a
apparently
I'm
it's
more of a
as big as-
Wendy's guy myself, actually. Go West Indies.
No, I remember Sportsnet used to do those, like they shrink it into 60 minutes.
Yes.
And it was the greatest thing because watching a cricket match in 60 minutes.
3-day
was the best.
test match in 60 minutes.
Well,
or
it was
whatever.
one of those one-day ones.
Okay, yeah.
But they, like Jays in 30,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
did it cricket in 60. And it was the best.
I
loved
I
cricket
have
that
no
year.
idea how that game is played or scored, but I'm fascinated by it. Love it.
I have a
Love
rough
watching.
idea. And I think if you have a
good-
rough, like, it's kind of the baseball thing.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
hit
yeah,
the ball in the
yeah,
thing,
yeah,
and you're like,
yeah.
okay, but the field is so massive. And they wear those little suits. They look like they're the weed man coming to spray your lawn, right? Like
had
they're
a
all
buddy
kind
You
of
got no gloves. You're just out there diving.
bizarre stuff.
Josh,
yeah.
I had a roommate who literally would play on his PlayStation 4.
Cricket?
The
No,
cricket game.
no,
It's a cricket game?
no.
Yeah, and I didn't even know there was. I was like,
What's it called? Like Cricket 99 or like, there's got to be a name like
somehow he
that.
got it to work on his PS4. I don't know.
Need that.
It was unbelievable.
But I
Didn't know
actually
they
I
made
played the
those.
rugby game for PS1 many moons ago, and to be honest, it's the CFL debate all over again. You make a video game, you play it, you have no idea, you learn on the fly, and you're like,
Oh,
I actually
yeah.
like this sport in this game,
Yes.
and simple as that, really. But I love it. Did you go to work with the computer? You said was it a
He had it on his PlayStation. I
Okay.
think they still make them. Like they're still pumping out cricket games.
cricket on a desktop
that is
PC though?
that
Give me
is
that.
true. If they make a video game, you're golden. Like that's what it is.
Rugby.
That's why I got into Madden or
Ask me, like, all
NFL
my
because of Madden. I played
football
Madden so many.
knowledge.
When I was a kid, all I played was Madden.
Yeah.
Cricket 24.
It's
There's Cricket
cool.
22. There's Cricket 19, the official game.
Yeah, they're
I thought they named it
pumping
after a
them out.
famous
My
player.
kids have
though.
an
Oh,
Xbox. Can I get it
2017
on
Ashes
Xbox?
cricket. What a
Ashes
great
cricket.
game.
Ashes.
That's a great
The
name
Ashes,
for it.
Yeah.
That might
EA
draw
Sports.
me into actually playing a video game.
Cricket?
Yeah.
Why not? I'm
great.
game. I'm down. I'll.
Uh,
You want to go?
The official game of
Still
the
do the
Ashes.
3-day test
I
online.
still have
Yeah,
Tiger
you
Woods
can
on the
do it.
Wii U.
Yeah.
Were you gonna swing?
go, look at that.
Oh, so good. Okay.
It's
yeah,
there.
yeah, I'm in.
Holy, yeah.
That's
It's official.
There's got to be a World Cup soon or something. I think with that.
That'd be a
with
great
cricket.
bonding for me and my 16-year-old. Hey, we could play
Get into cricket.
Learn
Learn
a sport
together.
together.
Yeah.
Why not?
There's a cricket World Cup this year. The T20 World Cup.
When you ask
Oh,
me,
that's where
that's
US beat
what's on.
Pakistan.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
that was in the World Cup. That's in the World Cup too. Jeez.
when Matt signed me up to
They're
come on the
comparing it to
show, I
Miracle on
knew
Ice?
we would talk about cricket eventually.
You have a sheet that you made.
I
I think
was
is
like,
you
yes.
prepared.
It's actually on the backside of this.
That's right.
It's one of those Johnny Carson. What are we going to talk about?
Don't forget to talk about the cricket.
cricket. Where would you like to go see cricket? Australia for me, hands down. I think right. Like
Australia
that's
would
the
be
place.
great.
But when you
England's
want
a
to
little
see
too
Aussie
stuffy.
rules
Unless
football
it's
instead,
Ashes.
Yes, we were going to go into that maybe too. Cricket, Aussie rules, football.
I'm big
and,
into
yeah.
the NHL in Australia. I want to go see hockey there because I think that's what Australia should have is hockey.
Matty,
for a second I was like,
Matty.
No.
I'm going
No.
to go to Rob Laver
No.
Stadium just to watch exhibition NHL hockey, and I have nothing. I have interest in not the Aussie Open, none of this.
who's your
no.
favorite Australian NHL player?
Nathan Walker.
Didn't
Didn't even
breathe.
hesitate.
Because
wow.
well,
He's got
because
the
He's really
jersey.
I want a Nathan Walker Oiler jersey because he played like 2 games or something. Because I want the obscure jerseys, and that one to me is one of the most obscure Oiler jerseys. Because people think that my last name is Walker and be like, no, it's Nathan Walker. Do you not know the legendary and great Nathan Walker?
And then
He's
he
the
goes
Aussie?
at the fan. Don't you know? Like
You call yourself an Oiler fan, and you don't know Nathan Walker?
Iwanyk written all over that one. I
You
love
know?
it. Yeah. And you can do it in an Aussie accent because you're wearing his jersey. You can go, hey mate, yeah. But rugby guy. AFL, like Aussie rules, that type of thing. I was in Jasper one evening, a random weekend, and it was like the $1 million game. I was staying at the Athabee, that haunted weird hotel that
Yes.
has a communal bathroom down the hall. And my wife and I get back, it's midnight or something, we were out. The whole bar was jam-packed with all the seasonal workers because it was the Geelong Cats were up against
I have
St.
no.
Martin's or whatever.
That's the
and-
one where it's a giant circle, right?
yes.
What is going on?
What is that different? That's the Is that still Aussie rules football, or that's a
I
different type
could
of?
not tell you, man.
But this $1 million
Could not
game,
tell
they're
you.
all about it. They had the
He only
broadcast
starts
on.
on bench, okay?
I start on bench, okay?
We got to get this slow here.
Also, rugby is so different than that.
Oh, I know, but it's
Yeah.
just the same type of cricket baseball
Yeah.
thing where you're kind of, you wear a hat.
There's
you have a mouth guard,
similarities
you tackle.
almost a little bit, but
You're all getting cauliflower ear at the end of the day, right?
I tape my ears.
Do you?
Yeah,
And
tape
what
them
is-
down.
to the.
Just to the side of my head, a big
then nobody-
strip of tape.
Do you wear a helmet?
No.
No.
did you ever go to the St. Albert Rugby Club?
Our team just came down to play St. Albert. We were supposed to, but
Great
Gotta
spot.
Introduce
St.
him to
Albert
Fergie.
couldn't
Hey?
do it.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's the home of our Nasty Bash.
Fergie's
Second
prostate, a
series.
listener who we love, huge rugby guy, like
Runs
our
the
rugby
club.
aficionado. He would love you. He'd
It's
adopt
super
you.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that you could talk rugby, be all in. And then they have a great patio. Have you ever gone?
No.
Go,
You
go
lived in
drink there.
St. Albert for a very
Honestly,
long
go
time.
drink
Great,
there.
fi- great fish and chips.
You do?
Yeah. I live close to
In
the
at
rugby
this
club,
address?
actually.
Go,
Sorry,
this summer, go hit a patio there.
Get the fish.
It's amazing.
I feel like, do I not need a reason to be there though?
To drink.
I can just go to the patio.
Say
You might
EST.
need to, just drop.
right,
We
okay.
could connect you with Fergie, and he'll just
Next thing you know,
drop
Classen,
EST.
you come back on, you're like, I'm playing rugby now, fellas. I'm all in.
Yeah. No. I would
Ears
not.
just-
No, I'm not playing rugby.
He'll get. Actually,
no
he's in
way.
the he was in the nasty chat.
He's
earlier.
always hovering around, eh?
He said I just took a big McMahon.
Did you, Eric, the
yeah,
other day, like
yeah,
I was
like-
trying to
yeah,
figure out what was going on because Matt's mic wasn't working.
I'm
and I
always
was
trying
watching.
to figure out what's going on.
No,
And the funniest
This was like 2 months
but
ago.
the craziest shit happened. I was watching it and I'm texting you. I'm like, your mic's not working. Like, I don't know what's happening. I find out.
You were watching the day
I had
before.
Tom. I had Tom's number 2 though, so I text Tom, and then Tom picks up his phone and he looks at you and goes, "Matt, your mic's not working." And it was a previous stream from the day before, but it was like synced to my text. I could not
So
believe it.
he was texting me that like your mic's not working, so I threw it out there. I'm like, my mic's not working or something, and everything was running, and people are texting, you're fine. But the day before, my mic was down,
And he's
and so he had somehow been watching the wrong one, and
I texted Tom at the exact same time he told him that. I was like, what the hell?
it was all weird.
who do you think wins the Stars or Oilers, and how many games?
Oilers are going to win.
Doing good.
I think it'll be in about.
He said Stars or Oilers.
It was a play on watching
I
old
don't know if he got
episodes.
it.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's move on.
He wasn't getting it.
Rugby.
Actually,
yeah.
no. Jen has a question for Classen. Josh, my son wants to be a meteorologist. He's only 14 now, but which is the best college university for when the time comes? He loves all things weather, flies his drone up to chase storms already.
Email me and we'll bring him into the station. We can chat about.
Do you have a
all
drone?
Love
what
it.
the best.
Do you have a drone?
We have drones at the station.
But do you
What's your
have
email?
one?
No, I don't have a drone. I'm not a drone guy.
I don't know.
What's your email?
It's like embarrassing.
Josh.Classen at ctv.ca.
Yeah, you got to throw that
Well,
up there if you're going to say
you can
email
find-
me.
Just
Just
email
email
the
me.
CTV
You got
website
it.
and then it's on there. But Josh.Classen at ctv.ca. CLASSEN.
Are you a
Not
drone
K.
operator?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I was going to ask you.
Are you really?
No, I'm not.
No.
Oh.
Trev's got a drone.
My
Yeah,
girlfriend bought a drone. I don't think we've ever opened it out of the box.
Like a standard
No.
yeah.
4 propeller or whatever you do?
Yeah.
Why didn't
Yeah.
like you? Why haven't you?
You
guys
know
taken it out
how
of the
windy.
box?
You know how
She
windy
just
it
likes
was.
to buy things
The
sometimes,
drone
so.
yesterday flipped. It was on the ground. They couldn't fly
That's
because it was
pretty
too
windy.
windy, and it
Yeah,
was sitting
very-
on the ground, flipped and smashed the
It's more than a breeze.
Did you guys use the
Oh, I'm
footage?
sure Trev was happy with that one.
His ears are burning.
Oh, I'm talking about the other Trev.
Oh,
something
Stuart.
flipped.
Yeah, yeah,
Stuart.
yeah,
If something
yeah,
flipped in a brown
No,
shirt.
it's
Both Trevs
that's a
are feeling
Cam
this one.
Weeb issue.
Oh, okay.
The,
It's a
the
Cam
drones.
Weeb
Yes.
issue.
Trev then doesn't care.
No.
Trev Stewart, not you, Trev. Yeah, I guess that's.
Sorry, what were you saying about your drone?
He didn't. Has never opened it.
She's never opened it. She bought it. I didn't buy it.
Why wouldn't you open it? Like you're not curious. Like
like
I
a
want to try
Funko
this.
Pop.
Because I know
wanna
I
try
would
this
just
cricket.
F it up.
Or
Like it would be
drone.
like, boop, hit into a tree. I'd be like, oh, hey, remember that drone you bought?
Well, then they
I broke
cheap,
it.
eh? I assume. Like they're.
Depending which one you get.
Yeah.
What would you use a drone? Trev, what do you use your drone for?
Hey, Trev.
Drone races.
He's not
Have you guys ever
listening.
seen drone racing? Pretty
What do
crazy.
you mean he's not here?
No.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Drone racing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, when he comes back, we'll figure it out.
Drone racing. All right, I can see that. The whole flying and just looking at stuff on the
Well, doing your
filming
Instagram
things.
stories when you walking alone and you're like, I'm a day out in the life of me, and then you use the drone. That's
Yes.
for that selfish Hollywood stuff. But drone racing would be another one.
Actually, Scuba. Scoobs, if you're watching,
Oh, yeah.
he's a big Jets fan. He has multiple drones, and he geotags them to his phone, and then rides his bike and like takes videos of himself riding his bike.
That's cool.
Real
I like
estate
that
agents
stuff.
probably use drones.
Yes.
Like,
I'd also like to
That's
take
big
them that
ones.
old abandoned hospital in Westmount area. I'd like to fly an old drone and kind of, you go up to the and then
Edmonton
go
General or whatever it was called.
just kind of explore, a mine shaft or something, kind of where humans
what's going
can't
on
Fly
in
that
there.
through the Westmount Mall now that they're closing that down.
What?
You didn't know they're closing Westmount Mall down?
They're closing. Well, aren't they closing like half of it down or
The
something?
middle part.
Because, like, it's leaking or something?
I know. Sorry. So the Safeway is staying. The
He
Home
needs a
Depot is
moment.
staying.
Talk to me about Nicky's.
The
They're
stuff in the
keeping
middle.
Nicky's, aren't they?
No. It's all.
I thought it was only like one half of it was getting
No.
closed.
The whole middle part.
Because the upstairs is leaking
And
or
then the-
something?
Yeah. Because did you know there was a movie theater up
Yes,
there?
I remember the movie theater there.
So apparently the movie theater is leaking. So now they're. That's why all of the tenants there have been given like 60, 90 days.
Even the Smitties?
Yeah, everybody's out.
Yeah, I'm not happy about that.
Everybody's
one.
out.
Oh, wow.
Well, we don't need to talk about that, Smitty's.
So now the
You've rocked
the
my
debate is
world,
how
man. I am-
What do you do? Do you put like a high rise with some low on the main floor? Right,
they're supposed to
open up the
redevelop
floor and
Bonnie
the high
Doon
rise
completely.
above.
Why not?
That'd be good.
I am floored.
Bonnie Doon's supposed to be redeveloped like that way over the years.
Right.
They're supposed to shut down a large chunk of that, tear it down, and build a bunch of rises.
Right around the LRT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was I saw it, I think, on Reddit this week. The old photos of Westmount Mall when there was like the plants and the waterfall and all stuff in there. I don't know if anyone remembers that.
I moved here in 2010, so my experience of Westmount it was post theater, it was post good
Right.
times. So, but I still love
It's
it.
always been kind of.
But I love it now.
Yeah.
I love going through it. On a hot day, you're like, I need a. And you go in there and there's like two people, like, and they all got like, flip flops and they're shuffling. It's
Yeah.
just that shuffling sound. It's just like,
And then you go sit in the
This is
massager
the
chair.
thing, yeah. There's a few people, like I lived in the area once upon a time, and there were a few like regulars there that would just hang out, mall rats, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the Smitty's there.
That
I mean,
record store's great.
the record
music
stores,
store.
yeah, that's decent.
For
they,
like you can't. There's not as many like
they had
that
a dollar
these days.
store, couple of hair. You'd walk past the hairdresser, and the guys, poor guy's standing out there, and he's like, "You want to?" I'm like, "No, it's." Like, but it's just it's.
You want to hit it? No.
I just love the quiet mall, and those things are being. I mean, they're not coming back or anything. Nobody's building it. That rocks my world, boys. I got a time a
This
little.
weekend's not ruined.
Yeah.
Well,
I know where he's going after.
Yeah, I was
this.
supposed to say he's gonna
one
be
last ride.
One last ride.
Front to back, tip
The
to
last
tip.
dance.
Yeah. I've never been ID'd more than that Smitty's Lounge in my entire life,
We had our junior draft there last year.
and it was
It was
terrible.
not the best location.
Yeah, happy hour. They watched The Young and the Restless. We were all in there trying to do a CFL draft. Didn't go down well.
Oh, I had a rough day yesterday.
Yeah.
Lawler breaking it was with his arm. I
Hey,
don't
talk
know
to me
what's
about
going
Tyler Sneed. He's in a
on.
walking
He's a
boot. Hey?
boot. Rough day. Rough day around the junior CFL fantasy league.
The Sacramento Gold Miners are.
Thank you for
in
knowing
trouble
remembering.
early.
Yeah, it's
In
tough.
trouble
Huge
early.
trouble. After all
People are
my
talking.
excitement this week.
Yeah, yeah.
After my
Yeah.
gloating this
Yeah,
week.
yeah.
This is how I
A little,
get paid.
little
for.
overrated, perhaps. Maybe some people are saying.
Now you know how Jets fans feel.
Are you bullish? Rogers back. He's ready to take on the world.
We talked about this last year. I hate Aaron Rodgers.
That's okay.
Did we?
Could have been a
But
VP.
I do think they'll be. They're a playoff team this year.
He's
as
not.
long as he can stay healthy.
That's
Even
a
if he
freak
doesn't.
thing, though.
Even if he doesn't, we got Tyrod Taylor in there, so we'll be
Hell of a
okay.
defense. right?
I know Josh likes his New York teams. And I want to know, like, were you more excited? And be honest. Be honest. Were you more excited watching the Oilers here or the New York Knicks when they were on that run?
He mentioned it on the golf show.
Oh no, Knicks. Yeah,
It was the Knicks.
yeah.
When you were on the golf show with her, you said the same thing. You're like, I love the Oilers, but I'm more excited about the Knicks
happy to
run.
see the Oilers do well. I didn't grow up and I hated the Oilers.
And
I
that's-
grew up
that's
because I was
okay.
a- I
That's
was a
okay.
Flyers
Yeah,
fan,
yeah, sure.
right? And so my
The
heart is
messages I
still
was getting from
Flyers.
you were always about like the Knicks, the Knicks, the Knicks.
I know.
They're
And
finally
this
good.
was the year.
I thought they
This
were going
was
to pull
the
it out,
year.
but
Did they sit atop your New York sports fandom? Then is that, or in terms
have
of
a
like
baseball
struggling
team?
to get over the?
No,
you dressed like
don't
Spike
have
Lee
a-
kind of today, so
I'm trying. I just need big glasses, giant glasses.
the shoes.
No, the only reason I like these New York teams, it's all sort of just coincidence. It's because they were the worst teams when I was 12 and I was picking teams.
Really?
oh, nice.
So
Yeah.
Mets.
The opposite
you-
of Matt.
Yeah, Matt is he's a bit of a front runner.
At the time.
It's okay. I got a son like that. He's a Golden State Warriors fan, and now he's like, "This sucks. I might have to change my team." I'm like,
No, you stick with it. You got to
no,
stick
you
with it.
can't.
You got to stick with it.
Change your team.
See, I've stuck with all my teams.
You
I've
cheer for
cr-
Canada nationally on the pitch, so
It's a great time. Yesterday was a great
What
day.
do you think of that new coach? the new
I love
manager?
that. I love Jesse Marsh.
Yeah?
I love the. I think
Love?
that. Well, it's, I
He's
think
in
for
love.
Ken, I think it's the best we could get. It was.
Yeah,
I
that's
wanted
good.
Carlo Ancelotti.
I love him. He's the best we could get.
He makes a good point. Like of
It
of
was
all the
like-
rest, that's
it
the
could
one.
have been like awful in many ways. It could have been not in a bad way. I just don't think for a World Cup it would have wanted him fully, but it could have been the Calgary manager or the Forge manager. And I don't think they're ready for the World Cup or Copa America. So I wanted a manager with experience, and the fact that we have one that has experience and has been in the Premier League, has been in Germany.
Yep.
There's experience there. And he knows MLS because he managed in Montreal. He knows Canada degree then. So it was I'm a big fan of Jesse Marsh. I'm excited to see what he'll do, and I will be cheering him and the team on in Atlanta on June 20th.
You guys were also talking about like the ownership for the Elks. Any news about those guys? The FC Edmonton? Anything?
It'll never happen until we get a new stadium.
That's why I brought you this from the Cavalry. You refuse to wear it.
Yeah, he's trying here. Look, it's
You got one. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
I do want to go to a Cavalry game.
I want both of you
Because
guys to come.
You've
I
mentioned
will
it a
be there.
lot. You've sent some videos of it, and
is
it looks
like nothing else.
What is it? Foot soldiers.
The Foot Soldiers are wild.
That looks like an incredible spot to watch a game. It's the supporter section you guys have, and
the
you got
complete opposite of how FC Edmonton was. And again, I'm not blaming anybody here or whatever, but the relationship with the city where they played, everything involved, it always seemed like you're pulling teeth. Whereas
Well-
with you guys, that market just seems you got that horse like that. It just sets up so well.
You're
the
close to the
popularity.
pitch.
You've been successful
right
on
there.
the pitch. Everything's just looking up. Whereas here was everything was bad all the time.
If you know
Except that
the area
1 year.
they play, right?
But
Like
Collins
the
Spruce
Spruce
Meadows.
Meadows.
Voyagers Cup.
Well, I mean, there's nil or
Nil.
whatever.
Yeah.
When I first walked up,
hated that.
when I first walked up to go see the Cavalry play, because I'd been to FC Edmonton, I'm walking up and I was like, I must be in the wrong place because it's where they do Spruce Meadows. They do horses and all that, and they literally had like the guards standing out there with all their gear on, and I was like, this can't be it.
That's awesome.
And then you walk through and you see the like grandstand of all the vendors and all that, and you're like, what is going on? Like, how is it so night and day?
I know.
Unbelievable.
Well, even that you mentioned the horse, and people say, "Oh, you're using it something," but I think that with the way it's constructed, from what I see online and everything, it just seems like the perfect atmosphere to bottle
dude.
all that up.
I'll
Because
take you to a game. You'll lose your mind.
I'd love to go. I will take you up the next time I'm down there on that invitation because I think it seems like you guys are doing it right down there
They
as
have it
opposed
right.
to up here. It was always something that was wrong, or this was fighting with that, and this and that, and again, as Matty mentioned, there were some successful points. We drew the Whitecaps here in the Voyagers Cup, All Canadiana affair. That was huge. People were loving it. The stands were packed. We were falling over
I
the
just
place.
watched the Whitecaps
We also got
play in,
screwed.
In Calgary.
I remember. I don't know if you remember when
The
we got screwed
Saputo
against
screw
Montreal.
job in
Yes.
Montreal. We
Oh.
were on location for something. Myself, Dustin, and Will. We were at some.
We got screwed.
And they were in Montreal, and Joey Saputo was on the pitch, and the ref was bought, and it was just this whole.
Edmonton was about to knock off Montreal. Again, a small club in Canada knocking off an MLS,
Yeah.
and we need to get Steve.
They can't let
Samaroff
that
to talk
happen.
about
Yeah,
that.
he'd
Would have
have
been
the-
like Richmond, knocking off.
Except in real life.
Yeah, but then it got robbed because it got
Didn't-
rigged.
I think
I forgot it's the Saputo.
The Saputo screw job. That's what I'm calling
Montreal
it.
did
It's that
just
big
get
milk
beat,
money,
didn't they?
Big cheese, you know.
Didn't they just
The
get
bag
beat?
milk money.
Montreal did.
Yeah,
Montreal
but-
fell to Hamilton, I think, Forge. Because Forge is like a top.
They're all right.
Well, the thing with this is the problem with the CPL. I'm not gonna lie. Like Forge, there's a connection. Like they basically run the league because the guy who runs the league was with Hamilton and Forge for a long time, and everyone just thinks that it's all basically Hamilton's dictating things, and they
Little
get
too cozy.
everything.
Yeah.
It's very too cozy. So those are the issues of the CPL.
Well, I mean,
Isn't there a new women's professional?
yeah,
League?
Northern Super
Got in
League.
Calgary, Vancouver. Was Saskatchewan in there?
I hope so because they were
remember.
also looking for a
I
CPL
think
team.
Saskatchewan was in
Yeah,
there.
some confusion with where they wanted the site of the stadium and the people
supposed
that
to be
own the site.
Saskatoon.
Yeah. So hopefully they get that. I mean, look, women's sports as well, soccer, basketball, whatever you want to call it, get that going. There certainly is an appetite for it.
You can come down. We can check a Cavalry game, and then we'll go see the Wild FC.
Yes.
See them both.
Great
You guys
logo,
named
great
it.
badge and all
Yep,
that too.
it's all coming out.
You guys are just what is it?
Dude,
Why
they-
are you
also
doing it so
supported
many down
because
there and we can't
the
do it up here?
Surge. You guys had
We have the Surge.
They brought the Surge to the Saddle Dome
Record
Yeah.
attendance.
and had a huge
It's a
attendance at the
sports city.
Saddle Dome.
It's like so different, and like, dude, they have a partnership with Marvel coming up. The Cavalry,
Really?
like they're doing a superhero night
How?
in August, like August 10th. Come to the game. They have posters of Spider-Man and the Cavalry.
I love it, but it just frustrates me, man. I
know.
just
You-
wish
I
it was
took a
so
friend
much
of
Pisses
mine-
me
here.
off because I just want to go
Just-
cheer on FC Edmonton.
I took a friend of mine to go check it
You
out.
got
He
the
was an
Oilers.
FC Edmonton season ticket holder.
They're stuck
just
with the
fuming.
Flames.
Yeah.
So they have to build up the rest
There are
of
a
their
good collection of
And they don't
hardcores
have a
up here, and
stadium.
that's what you
And
feel
who knows
bad
if
about
they'll
is people
actually
like
get
that.
that rink.
No, they're not getting that rink.
Although I think they need to get that rink.
I think
So we
it's
had
coming.
Radomski here a couple of weeks ago from the Oil Kings, and we were talking about the business of concerts, and I always was like of the mindset I don't want Calgary to get a rink because I want us to get the concerts. And he says, no, Calgary needs to get a rink because it'll lead to more
More
concerts.
concerts,
More
'cause then
people
they
will
can-
look
This is
and
your
go, we will
AAA
do this.
baseball type of
We'll
thing.
do
where you-
this.
There was a video
And
or
I
a
was like, oh, I never
photo.
thought of it. I always figured they
like,
just
the
go,
duct
but he
tape?
says for the money and stuff, they would want to do both.
Yeah.
Didn't
the
they-
duct tape in the saddle dome?
Yeah, do you remember that? Did you see that photo of like the Saddle Dome had duct tape on it at one
Well,
point?
it's like it's planes have that duct tape on it, right?
I know, but the
it's
memes
like
were unbelievable.
It's a tough sell when you
Oh,
got
I do
that
tell people
in the
like
internet age. Like
if they come out, I'm like, we're not going to go to a Flames game. It's not that nice. Like we'll go watch Cavalry.
so
It'll
much
blow your
other
mind.
stuff to do. Yeah.
Go to Riverhawks though, here in Edmonton. Or the Stingers. Riverhawks tonight, 7 o'clock, first pitch. It's their home opener at Remax Field. You can catch it live right here in Edmonton Sports Talk if you're
Which is
can't get
huge for
down
you
there.
guys. Super
yeah, it's
cool.
fun. Al Coates on the call, which is going to be great.
Love
on
it.
EST.
The dulcet tones.
Sunday we've got Stingers. They're in action.
Niagara will be the opposition.
Is it Niagara? You could head down to the Expo Center 4 o'clock, or you can catch that right here on
Stingers
EST.
are good this year, right?
And
Great.
They're 4-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They fell to Vancouver in a very close
Who
one
are
on
also
Tuesday.
4-1.
Yes, and then they on last Sunday took down Saskatchewan.
Who were
it was a 3-0 versus 3-0. That was a great game. Ended on a 3-ball.
That's a great time.
Have you?
the
Have
Stingers
you gone
game.
to the Surge? Yeah,
I have not had a chance because my
Really?
show runs till like 7 o'clock.
they play on
Yeah.
weekends.
And that's true. But I also
Pre-tape.
I'm playing rugby. I'm going to Cavalry games. I'm doing those live on locations because we get those where I'm working, which is mind blowing. So I won't say anything else.
I know you want it.
Next Friday's
games,
1 year.
yes. Oh, sorry.
Next
I didn't
Friday's
wanna-
1 year.
Next Friday's 1 year anniversary show or something along
No, it
those
won't be
lines.
an anniversary.
No,
I'm
but
just
like
saying next year's 1 year.
tell-all type of
Next
thing.
Friday.
year?
Well, I've got next Friday Turf District's in. I've got Kayla.
But you wanted to plan some sort of a
I know,
hangout.
but I planned. They're coming in. So
But we can do
I'm
it a
sticking
little.
with
We don't
them.
have to be on the day.
That was
We can-
over a year ago. We were
June
on the golf
13th?
course, and you were telling me, "Oh, we got plans here."
The
We got
13th of June, I
plans."
think, or was it? Or
Well, less than a year ago. Because next week's a year.
Yeah, but it was before you guys launched that we were out golfing. at
Yeah, but it was
Cat Tail.
between that.
Yeah.
It was between those.
Wow.
I was watching online every day.
Good for you
being
guys.
Like, what's happening?
Really?
Yeah.
You know, like
I went out of my way to come see what was going on here, you know?
yeah, it's
After-
awesome. It's awesome what
But
you
yeah,
guys.
1
have
year
done.
on. I can't believe it's already been just like that, just gone.
Wow.
And we've got the Oilers on their run.
I
Elks are now
spotted
back
the
and
beer in
stuff.
Calgary. I was telling Matt I was able to get
Yeah,
singles.
good.
We're
Bought
giving
one.
him a 4-pack.
Good.
To take because on their podcast, which was the.
Come on, runner up to Jan Arden.
there's a lot of pages in there. Yeah, page
I know
5,
I
I
wrote
think is
this,
where.
but I sometimes just want to make sure I get it right. The Canadian Broadcast Dialogue Award runner-up podcast, After Hours with Mariah and Ty.
Runner-up.
Yeah, Jan Arden won.
Jan
She's
Arden.
a good drink. That broadcaster,
It's
Jan
rigged.
Arden.
It's rigged. You know, it's the celebrity status of Jan Arden. That's all the reason she
I
won.
was pissed.
But they drink craft beer. They drink craft beer on the show.
Oh, well, perfect.
So
Perfect.
he said he'll do a 6 o'clock or lager on the show. So I'm going to give him that 4-pack and him.
And we
Mariah,
rate it. and We're harsh. We're really tough critics.
Yeah, good luck with this one. Try to find something bad.
Yeah,
with it.
you point out what's wrong with this. It's just the
easy to
best-selling
sell.
craft
That's-
beer at
yeah.
Sobeys and Safeway liquor.
It's not runner up. Jan Arden's beer got second.
It's the Jan Arden of beers, really. Yeah.
The Jan Arden Amber
I mean, I guess if you want
came second. The Jan Arden of
I don't know if we want to market that too much, but
By the way, this is the EST Hangout presented by Two Hoots Hard Iced Tea, Lieutenant Eric, Matt Iwanyk, Ty Jordan, Josh Classen.
How great would it have been if McDavid was picking up some of that 6 o'clocker lager, though? Hey, when
Oh
he
my
was
God!
low-
I actually thought
I wanted somebody to superimpose.
I almost wanted to superimpose.
In a bad
If it was,
edit.
if it was a picture, I would have
Terrible
put it
edit.
on there.
Yeah.
But a video, like we should have got Trev to do that.
some birdie
bad
juice
edit.
bottle.
Just a bunch of-
He's got
yeah.
a couple bottles
Lauren's
of
got the birdie juice in the back with the white
booze.
claws. Yeah.
I'll
And he's
never
just got
ask-
6 o'clockers.
I'll never ask McDavid to go on another beer run. Like you got to feel so bad, hey?
As everyone keeps pointing out, like where are the rookies, where are the young players on the team? Why is the captain getting the drinks?
No, he's called Jesus in this market.
How do you know that
You
wasn't
can't
just-
go out in your game day suit and just casually buy beer and expect. Like, I mean, again, I'm not condoning the act of
No.
and it was all in good fun. I mean, there wasn't like malicious, like, hey, give me an autograph. I'm gonna. But when you're called Jesus as one of your nicknames. And again, this isn't a bad thing. It's just the market you're at. New York sports fan. This is the good and the bad of being in a huge market where everybody's totally in tune and caring, that you can't maybe just go out and live like you would live in Raleigh, Carolina, or Fort Lauderdale or whatever. It's again not condoning the behavior.
Do you think OG Anunoby gets stopped like that in New York ever? I feel like people.
No,
I feel like
not
he
OG
gets fly under the radar.
Anunoby, but I mean,
not
Jalen
Anunoby.
Brunson?
Brunson does for
You think Brunson does?
Derek Jeter can't go walking by a
Derek
bagel.
Jeter.
Well, yeah, I don't think
You
they
know,
want
I-
like go do some of that stuff.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
like buying beer after a big game when everybody's out in party mode.
How do you
would
know
just,
that wasn't just for him? Maybe McDavid was like,
See, that's
I
what
want all
we
these
want to know. We
cases,
think
yeah.
that maybe it was just for him and Lauren. Just
I
stocking up for the
assume
week.
that's what it is.
For the week. Like they're
Yes.
just
Right.
this is a week off.
They
Like
do this
we're just
every
gonna
day.
stay
Yeah, yeah.
home
Don't
and
break
we're gonna
tradition.
relax.
Yeah.
And
Play some
Mondays,
cricket on the
Molson.
Xbox.
Mondays,
and,
and we're gonna have Molson and
Listen
Coors,
to
and she's
Jan
gonna have her
Arden's podcast.
white claw Jan Arden's podcast. If they have time, maybe get to the runner-up.
They'll sit on the patio if it's
after
not too
hours.
windy.
he's still in his suit.
That's never change that suit because superstition.
Yeah.
Just has to stick with that suit all the time now.
Showers in it, like
So-
Barkley with his jersey. Did you see that clip
what?
of Charles Barkley saying he showers in his
that was
jersey?
another
I'll have to
memorable
send you that.
moment.
You'll lose it. It's
I'm gonna
From that
unreal.
panel.
How sad are we that we're gonna lose inside the NBA after next season?
I watched the documentary. I liked those guys so much.
I think
I
you
was
told
hoping
me
this
about the
would be a
doc, and I
big-
never watched it yet.
Yeah, it's
Big
good.
space. Me and Josh could have ran, touched the wall, but don't want to knock over the computer and the laptop
Or Tiger.
or Tiger Woods.
Are we sure you're
If you
losing it though? Like,
break
is there going to be
something-
some sort of
No.
iteration of it? Like,
No.
there's-
Ernie's the TNT guy, right?
Ernie's
Yeah.
TNT guy. He's not going to leave. So right there, he is, I think, one of the secret sauce for that.
I will
don't
say,
think
my brother-
I don't think you could put another host
Yeah.
in there and get the best out of Kenny, Charles, and Shaq the way Ernie does.
they can't just rip up their contract and
So-
say, "Hey, we're going to go to the next."
Ernie
bidder.
doesn't want to.
He doesn't want to.
He doesn't
Okay,
want.
thank
Ernie
you.
has said and maybe that's just the thing he's saying right now. But he
Okay,
wants to
yeah.
stay at Warner.
And the other ones.
Charles has it out in his contract,
Okay.
which he will exercise, I'm sure,
Yeah.
because he wants the NBA.
Yeah.
I'm
And he's
assuming the
going
other
to
guys
live.
will. And
Live?
well, I might as well at this point.
And he's going to live.
Well, yeah, they talked
but that
about
was
there was
the-
2
Is he
years ago or
really?
something,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
he was
Wow.
doing chat with them, and then he got a pay raise with Warner. But like, honestly, the amount of money those four could make if they just came together and said,
That's what I'm
"Look,
saying. Create your own thing.
let's
and-
do that. Let's create our own production company. Let's have inside the NBA be ours, and we will go to the highest bidder."
Have the networks come to you and yeah.
Who wants us?
Who give it to you?
ESPN, Amazon, NBC. Who's going to
You'd be
pony
a
up
fool
for
to
us?
pass it up. Yeah.
That's
Because
what my
I
brother
don't-
said they would do, and I was like, I don't know. And I was like, do you have like an inside line with Ernie, Mitch? Like, how do you know this? he's like, they're gonna do it.
I know.
Trust me.
I know. Trust me.
Like my brother's just like, yeah.
You throw out the
so
trust me.
confident.
Yeah.
It's wild that a broadcast.
It's
could-
ridiculous that Adam Silver comes out then and is like, "Oh, we're going to do everything in our power to keep that alive." Well, then sign the broadcast
yeah,
contract.
it's
just
simple
keep
as that.
But it's money.
everything was in your power.
76 billion.
I wasn't able
For the
to.
total
I
deal,
know, I know,
right? Like,
I know.
but it's one where it's like you're the NBA. You have like, yeah, you're not the NFL money, but you still have a lot of money. You could probably afford to lose a little bit to keep what everyone loves.
Yes.
I didn't catch the finals last night because I was driving to come here. Do they not cover the finals? Am I misremembering that? The TNT crew. Do they stop?
No, ABC has the coverage now.
Yeah.
That's
So
what it
ABC
is.
runs
Did
it all.
they
And
bring
that's
back
partly
Round
why-
Ball Rock? They said they're going to bring back the theme and everything too for I think maybe next
for
year.
NBC.
Next year, NBC.
No, that'd be in 2
yeah.
years.
Pardon me.
Whatever.
Basketball.
Need it.
Give me
Need
the
it.
ball and
Right?
go to the
Dunk
rim
it.
and dunk it.
That was the Kawhi Leonard. The laugh was put to music.
Yeah, well,
was
and
so
it's an
good.
SNL skit.
Yeah.
No, it's ABC has it. And that's partly why this NHL schedule is so messed up too, I think, is that ABC's got the Stanley Cup this year and they've got the NBA Finals. So you can't put those on the same night. You got to balance this, and then you got to deal with travels and stuff. So that's why the series could go as far as June 24th for the Stanley Cup, which is just fantastic.
It's asinine.
Isn't it? The draft is 2 days later. Literally
What
2
do you-
days later.
From a
I
league
think.
point
Or
of view,
3 days
even
later,
for-
or whatever. 3-4 days later,
Who's
I guess.
picking
they said.
Bronny?
The Lakers. Actually, I'm stunned by the Lakers. I don't know if you've seen their coaching search.
Yeah.
I thought it was JJ
Danny
Redick. for
Hershey.
sure.
Another
It was-
helping of ham on your plate there, Matty?
It's,
Dan Hurley.
it was JJ Redick for the longest time, and then all of a sudden yesterday, out of nowhere, Dan Hurley, UConn coach, 2-time national champ, they want to give him become the highest paid NBA coach.
Yeah.
And I love this hire. It's such an inspiring hire, and I wasn't expecting this.
Why
I
did you
love
say
JJ
that about
Redick.
Canada soccer?
I said I love the guy.
Yeah,
One morning,
wow.
I said I actually love that guy. I think that's pretty high praise.
Sure.
There was too much backlash to JJ Redick.
I like the idea of JJ Redick if he has solid assistance with him. There was talk of Scott Brooks being on his staff. If you bring him some good former NBA head coaches, I could live with JJ Redick because I think he's very smart and maybe could do it. And he was my favorite Duke player of all time.
Have you guys seen their podcast where they're just getting cut up on wine the whole time, analyzing basketball?
The
LeBron and
whose
JJ Redick.
And he drinks wine.
JJ and LeBron.
LeBron, yeah, they have a podcast and they just like drink red wine and just talk basketball plays.
Because those are two smart guys
Yeah.
when it comes to basketball.
There's
But,
too many
but Dan
podcasts.
Hurley,
I
like,
can't
it's just
keep up.
amazing.
I can't keep up with all the.
And
The
you got
Lakers, the
EST.
Lakers aren't too big from a guy coming from college ranks, Maddie.
I think this is a guy that's just so good. I think that's what we've seen with UConn.
I'm
like,
saying this from a
it's-
credit point of view.
No,
It's-
I think
it's
everyone
big
would.
job.
I think anyone in Lakers would love this
Okay.
because it's like it seems like look, any hire could go poor.
Yeah.
Eric, are you?
But it
are
seems
you
very inspiring that this guy knows what he's doing and like they actually getting someone who, a lot
Big
of college
franchise,
guys
though,
struggle.
right? Yeah.
Raptors. Eric, are you a Raptors fan?
It's not a fan.
No.
Who's your NBA team?
I don't really have an NBA
He used
team.
to be Trailblazers.
Portland
no?
Trailblazers. I love Dame time, right? Like I was a big Lillard guy.
Yep.
I like the neither thans. I like the Heat when they sucked.
Yeah.
I had the NBA Jam for Game Boy, 95, whatever.
Yep.
I like the New Jersey Nets. Who's it? Van Horn, right? Or whatever the guy is.
Yeah.
Tall white guy. No, I like Portland. I'm not a... I like the local... Stingers games are great. I love going down there for the atmosphere of everything. Not a big basketball guy. Like, I don't watch it religiously, but I do like the drama and everything. And I think that, with the NBA, it's cultivated with the players, how it's a what do we say, players league type
That
of
makes
thing.
sense.
Rugby.
They run it. They run
I
it.
like watching I can't turn away. The game, the peach basket and all that, like I'm not too X's and O's basketball. But I have a soft spot for the Trailblazers. The jerseys are fire. I have a Grant Hill Pistons with the horse, right? I got the Magic Penny Hardaway. Like I love the
Pistons.
idea of basketball in the NBA, but not so much just the sport in its
Like how Matt feels about JJ Redick.
with the new
yes.
the new jerseys for the Utah Jazz.
Yeah.
Yesterday. Have you
There's
seen
new
them?
jerseys?
Yeah, he pointed
Old
out
or new, or retro, like-
They're the Sacramento Kings jerseys.
But
they
they look
just say
good.
Utah on them.
You don't like him.
Oh my God!
No.
those are the Kings jerseys.
Right? The
no.
Sacramento Kings jerseys, but
Oh,
they just
no.
say Utah.
Oh no.
What do you guys like? Hockey Club, Blizzard, Yeti, Mammoth. I forgot the other one.
Hockey club would be wild.
Yeah.
it would drive
really
people up
good.
Matt
the wall.
Cassian went with
Really
it
good.
UHC. Like
Yeah.
how good does that roll
Yeah,
off the
no,
tongue?
no.
The UHC are coming to town.
The
today.
UHC. It's like the KLF.
Yeah, because Utah Yeti is, I don't know.
I like Yeti as the backup.
I mean, we got the Kraken, so
That's
toss
what makes
the
it
Yeti
nice.
in.
And then they get a
Mythical creatures,
sponsorship
yeah.
deal with the Yetis. So all that stuff. Just like they got the Kraken.
cryptozoology division, and you can have all these like mythical creatures residing. I didn't mind Mammoth, but I think Colorado Mammoth that's a little too
got-
close as well.
I love the HC.
Venom. We're not
No,
doing
that's
Venom.
one.
are we?
Venom was the one.
They're trying
Blizzard,
for that
Venom,
Marvel
HC,
partnership.
I don't like Blizzard.
Mammoth, Yeti.
Blizzard,
I'm
nah.
missing one.
The Outlaws.
Outlaws.
thank
That's I like that.
you.
I have
Las
time for
Vegas
that.
Outlaws from the XFL. That's all I think about. That was
Okay,
my
well,
team
then
in the
that's
XFL.
Exit then, yeah. I mean,
In 2001.
What happened? Hey,
in the XFL.
That was the team I cheered for in the XFL
Are
in
you
year
watching
one.
this UFL
Not a
or
chance.
whatever?
that's not
it's not a chance.
He said
Only XFL. Only
he hit me, he's
XFL.
not playing, and you're out.
No, I don't know. I'm not going to get into these leagues that are going to go away.
Right.
They're averaging, I think, if you take St. Louis out of the question, they're averaging like 7,000 fans.
You're
a
at a
night. It's
75-year
nothing.
anniversary last night for a football team.
Well,
I mean, that's,
and
these
say-
are levels
okay,
here, right?
Here's the thing I will throw out there to you. If the UFL goes away, St. Louis is averaging over 30,000. Does the CFL expand to St. Louis?
I have expansion thoughts on the Canadian Football League, and I've said them on record before. The original one was fun. It was wild. It was crazy. We didn't know what we were doing. You're then left
a
with
mess.
a bunch of these logos
Yes.
and defunct teams, which we love in our
yes.
fantasy league. I like it. It's retro. However, you look around the CFL, you look at where most of these guys come from colleges and whatever, and especially out west here, you're right below the border. The Dakotas, the Wyomings, the
agree with that,
Montanas,
yeah.
or whatever. Do they have NFL teams that they can cheer? You look at a map of the NFL, there's flyover country.
Right.
And they don't like that. They'll pick their teams that they cheer for, or whatever, the Broncos or whomever. But if you give them a chance to say, hey, you've got your Wyoming Cowboys, you've got your Montana Grizzlies, you've got your college guys, why not watch them graduate to the next level and chase their Super Bowl dream with a CFL franchise?
The
Again,
Missoula Mammoth.
whatever you can call
I
it,
actually
secondary
agree with
market.
that.
Well, right, but you can, because a lot of these people that watch these college teams and these players, they do follow their careers up here, albeit not publicly or it's not.
Well, there's some great careers that come from players in that area too.
Absolutely. So I think, aside from going to Memphis and Shreveport, Louisiana, and Sacramento, California, and all these other things, which was fun and it was a dream, but realistically, you just go right below that border. I think
It makes
that's
travel
you're clicking.
easier.
Travel.
The only thing
Yeah.
I would say is I don't know if the markets are big enough with corporate support
And
to
that's the thing you'd
average
have to-
20
yeah.
to 25.
You'd have to go to the big
But what
centers
about
and-
St. Louis though? Because they
You're-
average
you're-
30, and no matter
The
if they
travel's
get
not too
football,
bad, right? Like,
it seems like they'll just support it. I don't know if the NFL's knocking on the door to come back to St. Louis anytime
well, they're an
soon, but-
ornery market with the NFL
Well,
with that
and
whole
that's where
Rams
it's like,
thing,
I
yeah.
think if the UFL fails, you announce an expansion team to St. Louis. Now, the only issue you have is labor laws in the States means there's no ratio.
Yeah.
So they get to be all Americans, and there's an advantage to that.
And that was a
so
thing.
I
And the
don't.
pay.
Everything's a
American
little
dollar.
weird.
I guess
That'd
you'd
be
have to be
different.
paid Canadian, and then you'd have to
Yeah.
switch. So, but it's a market that, like, they're the only reason the UFL actually matters. The Battlehawks with AJ McCarron.
I like how you can just like list off the names. You're like, I don't watch, but I do know that.
He calls
they've
them
been
the,
a
he
lot-
calls them the Hawks.
It's
Right?
He's like, that's my Hawks.
Yeah, it's the Hawks. my
no, I couldn't cheer for them. Actually, DC Defenders, are they still in it? Is there DC? Are you
I
watching?
have no
you
idea.
been watching?
I scroll through. I see it on like.
you're
as
too
I'm
busy
scrolling
watching
through
Live
TV,
Golf.
I'm like, there's Live on CW.
Yeah,
That's what I'm watching instead.
Yeah, it was
He's
just
watching
wild.
Live in New York Knicks. Come on.
I felt bad for you when the Knicks. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, you know what? They had Andrea
Everybody-
Bargnani,
everybody
okay?
should have.
Andrea Bargnani.
Everybody should have felt bad.
Oh, here he was doing those
Imagine
pasta
New
commercials on
York.
the
That's
score.
I don't
Yeah,
feel
Primo
bad for
pasta.
New York.
Primo pasta.
Imagine,
I don't feel like I'm not gonna lie. I will never feel sympathy for the Jets.
imagine
With the Knicks, I will.
losing Draisaitl, Bouchard, and Skinner.
It kind of happened
You
in like
can't win.
six, but
You can't win.
Injuries,
can't.
not an excuse, but a reason.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad. I was glad they lost Game 7 because I did
No,
not.
you
wanna
weren't.
s- I did
No,
not want
you
to see them.
weren't.
I didn't want to see
You
them.
were not
get-
glad that they
I
lost.
have-
I didn't want to see
I
them
got
get
the
stomped.
receipts.
right there.
I didn't want to
That
see them get
is
stomped
not
by the
a-
Celtics with Brunson with a broken hand.
Oh yeah, I
Who
went
are
into
you
Game
running-
7
who are you
hoping they
running
would
out
lose.
there?
Screw the Knicks for Game
Well,
7. We didn't want that.
Not going into Game 7 but once Brunson
Okay,
breaks
well,
his
see,
hand,
you're
it's
running on
like,
fumes.
All right,
Yeah, yeah.
listen, we got nothing here. Celtics look really good though last
Yeah,
night.
but how much did the
with Porzingis back? They
also,
oh
when
my-
did that guy start playing basketball well
he
again?
had the Pep Guardiola bump prior to the game. Did you see that? Guardiola was
Wow.
courtside there last night.
Do you remember when Porzingis got drafted by the Knicks?
Yes.
And then they had the Porzingod song came up. Porzingod.
I remember, like, everyone's like, he's going to be amazing, amazing,
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
And then
And then
the
he was
Knicks were like,
terrible.
See ya,
It's a
bye.
little insanity.
And then he was no good in Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now
I was talking to my friend last night. He's like, what happened? He's just
Found
like,
himself.
I can do it.
He doesn't
I
need
got
to be
it.
the guy.
Yeah.
Can we try that too, Hoots?
I don't know.
You want to go get? Hey Zach,
I can get my own.
Get the bladder
I'm
out.
not-
We'll pass the
can
bladder
someone
around. We
bring,
can all have a
some
listen.
solo cups, please. Thank you, sir.
I was like, it's after 10. It's okay now.
Yeah.
You're good. You don't
good.
have to work today.
No, but I don't know. Yeah, you didn't jump into the drinks right off the bat.
No. You gotta ease into it. I got a bachelor party this weekend. WWE. WrestleMania in
Thank you,
Las
Zach.
Vegas. You
Oh
going?
no, I gotta work. Thanks though, Zach.
We're working right now.
You gonna go
Fair
to
enough.
Mania?
Fair enough.
To
I'm not
Mania?
going to go
Matt?
to Mania. I'm
Why?
not-
It's in Vegas.
Say when.
Uh,
I just don't see where it's.
Well-
Are you done, Eric?
Yeah, Eric's out.
Okay, just
He had enough.
who was he on with this morning?
well, say when.
That's good.
Okay,
Okay.
that's-
Jeez, I thought you were talking about like when.
No, I'm saying say when you're done for me pouring for
Okay. Okay.
you. Jay Milne was on with him this morning.
Glue guy.
Blue guy. Been a great addition to our team.
He is good.
He former Golden Bear football player, knows everyone in football. Yesterday he was knowing everyone at the Elks dinner. It was really great, and he's gonna be my co-host on the Green and Gold Kickoff postgame shows.
Wow.
So it's a lot of fun. I want to get to a couple texts.
Oh yeah, I forgot to get. I haven't had a chance to get into the
That's
studio
fine.
to record your.
I haven't said that
intro
into
song.
anything yet.
Okay.
I haven't told people, so
all
we'll
right.
just drop that when it comes.
Okay,
I'm very
perfect.
excited. Rob texting going, "This is a great hangout." And he
The Jan Arden talk.
He
They
fully
love it.
capitalized great. So thank you, Rob. And then Looney Land want to throw this one out
You
there.
know what the Hangout has too much of? Sports talk. What we need more is just this.
Let's get the weather guy and
Well, yes,
the radio dude.
we started talking about the movie Heat yesterday, and then Raimai was mad that we didn't call him because he loves that movie. So we might do just the weekly reading
I don't know
of
that I've
Heat.
ever seen Heat.
Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, go watch it.
I may have.
Go watch it. You would have.
I'm not
I'll
a
say
big
this. You
movie
remember
guy.
it. Go watch this one. It's
what was
amazing.
the last good movie you saw? Well,
can't
sorry, read your
remember the
text.
last
Yeah,
movie
Looney
I
Len.
saw.
I want to get to this one.
Yeah.
Looney Len. Son's graduating today from Harry Ainley, so this morning I'm picking up some Italian subs to keep around the house. His family come over for lunch and a little surprise. Been over to Wayne's and pick him up a couple of packs to crack. He loves doing. Thanks, EST. So shout out to your boy, Looney
Congratulations on the graduation.
Last great movie for me would have been Dune 2 that I saw. That was amazing.
My 17-year-old loves that movie. And so I told him I would watch it with him on Crave. And he's like, no, because you haven't seen Dune 1.
Watch Dune 1, then go to 2. Like, it's great that you
That's
could go
what he
back to
keeps
back,
telling me.
but you could also watch Dune 2 without watching Dune 1.
That's what I said. But he's like,
And
no.
You
need
won't
Dune
miss.
1.
You won't
need
miss a
Dune
lot.
I
Like,
saw
think
Dune
you
1.
could-
I could not understand what they were saying in the theater. I was like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
It needed subtitles, captions.
Well, go watch it on a streaming now and put
Man.
closed captioning.
I
on.
could. That's a long movie.
Dune 1, you can't. It's not on streaming. You got to buy it on
you
Amazon
sure?
Prime. Yeah. Yeah, because
Tough.
I was like, okay, fine, I'll watch Dune 1 with you.
Or
and
you
then
could-
we'll watch Dune 2.
I could get it to in other ways if you want it. Just throwing that out there.
Wow.
Oh.
So there's always
It's gonna
ways.
give you the original with Patrick Stewart.
There's always ways.
Little this, little that. The original Patrick.
Pat Stewart was in the original.
I actually have it on a Dropbox right now. I can send it.
Really?
With the links.
Just has it ready to go.
I sent them to Gager.
When someone's ready to
Gager
watch
wanted-
Dune, Matt's got your
No,
hooks up.
I sent it to Ganger, and then I ended up sending it to Raimai. So I actually got to fix my camera here
Dune.
because
Is
what's the last
that,
great
is that
movie you saw?
microphone causing problems just sitting out there in the middle?
Not when I zoom out of it. There we go. We're good.
Okay.
Look at that.
Look at that. We're live here on Edmonton Sports Talk on a Friday, day before Game 1.
That's right. We're talking about movies. That's important.
It's the point of the hangout. It's just sitting around and relaxing.
Yeah. Ty and I are not really qualified to break down
I thought we were
X's
the
and
two most-
the X's and O's of
Expert guys.
Florida Oilers.
The best part of my day when we were all working together, was when Josh would come in on the codec, and he would come in early just to talk basketball. Because I was like, I must be the only other guy in the office that wants to talk it.
Nobody else.
Space Jam 2: A New Legacy. That's the last great movie I saw. So good.
I haven't
Loved
seen that
it.
one yet.
No, it sucked.
He used to come in for coffee when it was in my office, and we'd have great chat. And that was during the Warriors run. And I remember early days of the Warriors. We were talking
Yes.
about the great season.
Yep.
We're like, can they do it? And we were looking at the schedule, and
I know.
And that was like in November. We started going like, they might have the
could
historically
go.
great.
Yeah.
They could better
Oh.
than 72.
Yep.
We're having that. And then whenever I'd leave work, I'd see him outside, and it'd be like, oh, I can
We
take
have a
10
little-
minutes to
have a
talk
little
with Josh.
chat.
I was trying to think of how I never got to go over to your guys's, and then I remembered your afternoon show was different. So on 1260,
Like
When I-
talking to us?
yeah, like if I was going
Connor
to
was
cross
there.
over,
Oh,
yeah, that would have never flown. That would have never flown.
no. I don't think so.
Young Guns 2 is available on YouTube fully for free. I saw that the other day.
That's a little random thing.
Young Guns too.
Yeah, you ever seen Young Guns or
No.
Young Guns 2? Emilio Estevez,
No.
Kiefer Sutherland.
No, I'm not a movie guy. I'm not a. No, I watch documentaries.
He just loves to live.
I like documentaries.
Loves live golf.
Watch a lot of sports, a lot of news.
Who's the top golfer for you? Is it still Scotty?
No,
Is he your number one?
No. I'm a Rom guy.
Do you know his Rom story?
Rom, like from Star
John
Trek
Rom.
Deep Space Nine?
No,
Okay.
John Rom.
No, tell me it.
So friends of ours got married. They grew up with him in university at ASU, and so we're at their wedding. We're waiting in line, and I turned to Rom as we were at the bar. I'm like, "Hey, I'll buy you a beer." He's like, "Oh, thanks." Blah blah blah. We get up there, have beers. Okay, whatever. Someone behind me heard this interaction and says to me afterwards, after Rom had sauntered off, "You're an idiot. He, as a gift to them, paid for all the bar."
Well, forget that person. I don't think you're an idiot. I think he probably thought that was funny.
I don't think he thought it was funny. It's
Oh, does he have no sense of humor? Is he serious?
no, he was great. Yeah,
On the course, he
was
was serious.
He's a really nice guy. Great dude. Jumped in the pool after.
So you got
at
to
the
meet
end,
your,
at the end of the
your
night.
fave golfer.
Yeah, I don't think he was my favorite golfer
Until that
before
moment.
then. But then I was like, all right, he's the only professional golfer I've ever actually met and had an interaction with. So then I started pulling for him, and then he was doing well. And so I like Wacko
Then
Neiman.
he took the bag.
I like Neiman.
You just love taking the guys take the bag.
Hey, you'd take the bag too.
I don't know if I would.
Would you? You come on.
I don't know if I would.
You absolutely
No,
would.
Liv
Truthfully,
comes calling.
You
It depends.
would.
Like if I think I'd be Rory, like on that side, or Spieth. I think I would stick with PGA because of the prestige.
Because of
the prestige.
I don't know. Yeah.
I
That's what it
want to
stands
win
for,
to go
the
win the
prestigious
Masters. I
golf
want to go win the
association.
US Open. I want to go win all these majors, but I also want to
You
be.
still can.
I want to do it on the PGA.
You still
where
can.
where Tiger was and everyone else was. I would want to be a part of that. Like I wouldn't want
Yeah,
to be
now
the
they're
guy.
allowed to, right?
I wouldn't want to be.
If you're a previous winner, a previous majors winner, then you're exempt for a certain number of years. Or if you're a Masters winner, then you're exempt for life. You can always play in the Masters. So that's why Rom went, is because he won the U.S. Open and the Masters, and so he's like, all right, I've got all of these years of exemptions. Eventually, by the time my exemptions are up, they'll merge, and I'll be able to play with these guys anyways. So
which they might not.
no, they're
We're
probably
past. It was this week was the year of
Yeah.
the announcement of the merger.
Yeah.
and we still nowhere with that.
No, they're not going to merge. It'll just be two different leagues, and they'll play at
An
different
Eastern
times of the year. I
Conference, a
think.
Western Conference.
Yeah, it'll be like
No, because it can't be like that.
Then they do best.
There's
of
the
seven
money-
golf
the
not
series.
an
money's-
Eastern Conference and a Western
but
Conference.
the
It
money will be
two totally
so-
different leagues.
But that's not what it was supposed to be when they first announced it.
No, agreed.
So now it's like we don't know what it still would be, and I honestly I don't think they will merge.
No, they won't. They won't. They'll never come back because Liv's not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. They got too much money
Do you
behind them.
prefer
and those-
Live still?
I don't know that I prefer it.
He's just the only person that loves
He's
it.
like, if a video game came out
He's
for
one of
it,
like
I
10
buy
people
it.
in the world that watch it.
Yeah. So like this weekend, I'll watch the Live tournament.
You want the
over
EA Sports
over
Live
the
game.
Memorial. I watched the Memorial yesterday. I watched the Memorial today. I'll watch Live later tonight on replay.
Where are they?
Houston.
Oh.
So yeah, it just started. And the beauty of Live is that it's a window.
Yeah,
you don't have to
no.
watch all day long.
Yeah, but you
or
don't have to watch the
listen
Memorial all day long. I just
day
have to watch it once the leaders tee off.
long.
My dad would
So
put on
you're
golf all the
missing
time,
all
and I
of
just
the-
fall asleep.
Yeah, so my wife says the same thing. It's nap TV.
Nap TV.
On the weekend, she'd be like, "Is there any nap TV on?" I'm like, yes, there is.
Golf is the number one napping sport. I stand by that.
Some people
one.
say baseball.
That's right up there too.
That's a heated debate.
But golf, like I don't know, there's just something about the soft tones they're talking.
What about
and
curling?
the
You
birds.
throw that rock into the mix?
Curling's in there, except they just keep screaming, and then it could rattle
Oh,
you or
yeah.
something. Whereas, like again, golf, it's just very calm. It's quiet.
Yep,
The
you
birds
hear
are
the birds
chirping.
chirping,
It's-
yes.
You know, if it's
Yeah.
sunny, you know, it's just you've got that glow on the TV. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. You wake up and you go, what did I miss? Not much, really.
Yeah.
Let's
check
look at the
the
leaderboard. Boom, good to go.
Uh,
This is where we're at. Didn't really
yeah.
miss anything.
Is Adam Hadwin still?
Baseball would be pretty close.
Hadwin was.
All
he
I've
was-
ever met
He was
is
8 under.
I've met like a bunch of professional wrestlers.
He is still leading.
Oh,
You've met like pro golfers. I've met pro wrestlers.
Okay, which wrestlers have you met?
Before you do that, 2 Canadians in the top 5. Hadwin and Connors.
Connors?
Yeah.
I met Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
I
Connors had a good day yesterday.
one
Chris
time-
Jericho.
I one time texted my brother.
You're taller than Chris Jericho,
Yes.
right? Yeah. Okay.
I met him,
How
and
tall are you?
I'm 6'5".
He's tall. That's why he can't golf. Because he's got 100.
I need the club extensions for sure.
I know.
I
have a son
I met
like you.
him, and one night I remember texting my family, my brother, and I was like, "This is gonna sound really weird, but I can't sleep right now because Chris Jericho's outside my window on a megaphone screaming Y2 Jets," which was so bizarre. And then I met Kenny Omega. He worked out at my apartment gym, which is super weird. You don't know who
Who's
that is.
Kenny Omega?
He's in AEW. That's like the
Okay.
live
All
golf of WWE. All right.
So it's better?
Some people say it is, but yeah, he worked out at my apartment gym all the time. It was super strange.
The Saudis are coming after hockey.
Oh, they're coming after everything.
3-on-3 golf or 3-on-3 hockey's coming, and it's the money behind it.
I find the 3-on-3 hockey incredibly boring.
It is.
I don't like the NHL All-Star game. I wanted to be on Hot Takes so bad back in the day, and I never got to go on it.
You would have been good on Hot Takes. I was on it once. I was so bad, they never invited
I think
me
I
back.
told you about how I wanted to go on. Like my one thing
Yeah,
I
I
wanted
told you
to
you had to
mention.
give me some takes, and
I
I'll tell
told
the
you. I
boys.
said I'd rather watch the NFL Pro Bowlers go bowling than watch the Pro Bowl. And you said, yeah, people would probably prefer that.
The Pro Bowl sucks.
It's not a hot take.
I mean, I'm just saying, but bowling's not that exciting either.
But that's how bad the Pro Bowl is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would rather watch the NHL All Stars.
They don't do the Pro Bowl anymore.
They don't.
They do,
cut it out.
they do flag football
Yeah.
and skills
And
competition.
skills
way.
competitions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Who's the fastest? They do a race around the track. Do they do it like the NBA does it better for the skills competition and the All
Great.
Star? Because they've kind of backed away from this. They used to get like just the best 3-point shooters. Right?
Yes.
You didn't have to
They
be an
still
All
do.
Star.
Yes.
But like,
They
I
still
don't
do.
know.
Like the guy, I forgot
There's
his
no
name.
Jason
McClung or
Capono
whatever is the
showing up.
slam dunk contest. Is back-to-back years,
Mac
but he's
McClung.
from Mac McClung, G League.
Yeah.
Right?
but
Like they've always, the NHL
But he
takes the
does
All-Star
same
list and
dunk
do that.
all the time.
He was good this year.
No,
it wasn't just last year.
Like, could you
he was,
imagine
he
what
was
it would
the
be
best
like?
this year. There was no one better.
No, there was one other guy that I thought. Who was the guy? It was.
All
in
I know is
finals
one guy
against
got
him?
like it was
The other
terrible,
guy-
and he kept getting great scores, and it made no
other
sense.
guy
They
that
gotta
was in
bring
the
the props
final against
back.
McClung should have won.
The what back?
The props. They got to do like blowing up the birthday cake candle, jumping over the
I
cars.
feel like, but I feel
All
like
those
we've
have
jumped the
been done.
shark net. Like
Yes.
there's nothing else to do.
No. Yeah.
And that's the issue with. I think the slam.
You can only jump over a guy so many times.
I feel like it needs to go away for like 5 years.
Jump over like a pool of sharks. I don't know. Like, why not?
on a motorcycle.
We've got a live show. But could you imagine if we actually saw who had the hardest shot in the NHL? Instead, we just find out from the
Yeah,
All-Star
we-
team.
Well, that's the thing that they need to do that better, where it's like go around all the teams. Who's the hardest shot? Who wants to come? Because I remember one year the hardest shot was like whatever, and then that weekend, like the next weekend or something, the Oilers had theirs, and like Igor Ulanov had like beat whoever was there. I'm like, well, Ulanov is the hardest shot, but he wasn't at the All-Star game.
Yeah, that's
But then you got to
BS.
convince those guys to take what is a week off for them and to come and be.
They'd probably
part
like to
of
do
the-
it.
You wanna know, but
Raise their
if you're
profile.
a sixth defenseman, you're never going to get a shot to go to the All-Star game. Why wouldn't you take that?
You go.
yeah,
I'm sure
maybe.
the team would probably help
You're right.
pay for
You're
it
right.
too. You know?
It's,
The league would
it's,
pay for
it's
that.
only
You
the
can-
legit all stars that actually wish that they had the
Well,
week off.
I would be annoyed if I'm a legit All-Star because it's like I have to come to this while the third, fourth liners get to go to Mexico.
Yeah.
But when
What
you
is
want
this?
to,
Yeah.
wouldn't you want to watch your third, fourth liner friend like on getting the big spotlight? You know?
Oh no, absolutely. But like the fact that the way it is right now, like they get to
Oh.
go to Cabo or whatever, and they get to
Yes,
go
yes.
get drunk for a weekend, and I'm stuck here in Toronto having to do this All-Star game.
And then baseball took away the one thing that mattered, where like it was the home field
Oh, that
advantage.
was stupid.
They took that away?
Oh, it's been gone for a number of years.
Yeah.
That was
See, I don't
like
watch
it made it
baseball.
mean something. I don't know.
All All-Star games suck. Just like all exhibition sports suck, and live isn't the greatest.
It's not an exhibition.
I didn't say exhibition. I just said it isn't the greatest. I just added it to the end,
Well,
just to be that guy.
have you watched any this year?
Early on, but I haven't. I honestly don't know when it is.
Well, they've been
and-
in the break. They're just starting the
and
second half of the season.
it's one of those
now.
I truthfully
It went
just
away.
don't
for
care now.
for about a month.
I've gone to that point that I just don't care.
No.
It's
Someone
I'll watch
said,
PGA, I'll
Legion
watch soccer, I'll watch
Legion 13
F1.
needs to have a big second half so they can win the team competition.
Is
this
that
year.
Rom?
That's Rom's team. Yeah.
Okay.
Crushers, Bryson DeChambeau's team.
I hate Bryson.
at the top.
I do not like.
Top.
Him.
Matt,
the
we got
pylon right
we
now,
got someone
they
saying
call it.
DM saying Young Guns Ultimate Classic. Oh, it's Doug.
Young Guns.
Yeah. And let's talk some wrestling. They said.
That's Dash. That's Dash. Do you still watch it?
I watched WrestleMania.
Yeah, but you don't
And?
watch it all the time.
Maybe when it goes to Netflix, I might try to watch it more. But
It's
man,
going to Netflix?
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
Big deal.
Don't you notice like maybe you would notice this. It feels like all the sport leagues kind of follow what WWE does.
I've never seen that.
Oh,
or felt
really?
that.
Okay. Well, I find like WWE is a trendsetter for those things.
In what way?
Like their
Maybe-
advertisements, the way they market themselves, their broadcast deals. I feel like they're very smart with it.
I think
They signed on
everyone
to
wants to be
streaming,
the
and now
NFL.
everyone's trying to do it.
Well, NFL did it first in a sense. They were on Amazon Prime with Thursday Night Football for a few years.
Sure, NFL did it.
So like the
already.
NFL is, I think everyone wants to be the NFL.
But The Rock came back, wrestled a match.
And how did he look?
Unbelievable for like 50 years old. Like that guy is chiseled. I was like, how do you look like that? Lots of
HGH?
lots of HGH for sure. Hey?
Yeah. Would you rather see The Rock fight Jake Paul or Mike Tyson?
The Rock? Probably Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was in WWE. As a member of D Generation X.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a period of time where he was around.
Oh man.
You didn't see your 90s wrestling with the vampires and all that?
No.
Oh my God.
No. I stopped after Mr. Perfect left.
What happened to all this? That talk of the Stone Cold documentary that was supposed to be coming out?
What happened?
From the?
No, I'm listening to him.
What,
I'm trying to
there was a
think,
Stone
'cause he's,
Cold
like, pulling me
documentary coming
aside.
out, right? From the people who did the last.
Well, it's probably.
Dance.
I think it's the people that they were filming it. And they got to build it, and I don't think it's easy to maybe do it. They're doing the Amazon Drive to Survive type thing with the NHL players.
Yeah,
they're
I saw
filming
that.
Kachuk
Yeah.
and McDavid right now.
That's probably
Yeah.
going to be the most advertising the NHL's had in a while. It's good for them.
If they do it right, I don't know if you guys remembered the 24/7 series with the Winter Classic. Was it that one? That used to be really good, and they stopped doing that.
That's right. They did.
that was
stop.
fantastic.
Yeah, that was good.
And hopefully, if it could be like that, it could really help the NHL. Quickly, you need to get to the $100,000 hole-in-one contest keyword presented by Golf Town. Swing big this Father's Day and find dad or yourself the perfect gift at Golf Town. Save
Is
big
it
with.
DeChambeau?
It's Jan.
The keyword.
No.
DeChambeau.
No, I think I used the. I've used
You
Bryson.
did use.
We used Bryson. It was Bryson.
I heard DJ.
Well, I'll just start texting. No, today's not a player.
Oh.
Save big with huge deals on TaylorMade in-store online now through Sunday, June 9th. Don't miss their top deals like TaylorMade Sim 2 driver, only $330, 25% off TaylorMade bags, plus much more this Father's Day. Give the gift to golf. Visit them in-store at golftown.com for more details. Your ultimate destination for Father's Day. Do you like your Golf Town? Is that what you want for Father's Day?
I love.
Do you want gift card or do you
Nothing
want
better.
something?
No, I want gift cards.
Okay, that's
I want-
what I
yeah.
think with Golf Town too.
I
It's
want
like
gift
when it
cards.
comes to the golfer,
Yeah.
it's better because they'll get the golf ball they want to golf or
My kids bought me for Christmas from Golf Town those Shricks because they know I like the Shrixon ball.
Yeah.
They bought me those half and half, the half yellow, half white
Yeah.
ones, and so I open them. I'm like, really?
it's you do want to make sure you get what you want almost.
Yeah,
a gift
yeah,
card.
yeah.
I do highly
Yeah.
recommend the
I
gift.
want the
If your
Shrixon,
dad's a big golfer,
Yeah.
don't go get just go
A
get the gift
driver.
card. Yeah,
I
go get the
remember one
gift
year we
card.
bought my dad a
Or if you
putter.
do, make sure you
Yeah.
get the gift receipt with it for sure.
Yes.
Because then they might because I don't need a driver, I want an iron,
Yeah.
so switch that.
I need
out.
some new
It's very
shorts.
important. The keyword to text to 780-218-99.
Or your sixth beer, you will not want toppings on it. You're like, I don't want to spill.
Well,
it
that's fine,
myself.
but I can still do that. Like that's not a big deal. I'll just keep eating the hot dog. But 9 hot dogs over 9 innings, easy. Beer, I think if I'm doing the tall
Could you
boys
eat 9 hot dogs?
through
I-
for 2.5 hours, 3 hours, easy.
9.
They're small,
9 hot dogs.
easily.
It depends if are we talking juicy jumbos?
Oh, we're talking about like
Johnsonville
the
brats.
We're talking like the dogs you get for like a.
When you go to the ballpark, the dogs are big.
you
okay?
get the small one. The
I don't think
smaller
they have a
ones.
small
Yes,
dog.
they do. They're like $3 or something.
Really at the river?
The dogs that you use for they also do. I think the hot dogs are cheap on Tuesday. It's those smaller ones.
I wish I would have
Junior
gotten the beer bat, and then whenever you chug it, you have to throw it behind you like.
You gotta do the bat flip.
Yeah, you gotta bat flip it when you're done.
Come down to Riverhawks game.
I'd love to. I lived right down from there.
I know.
And then I moved, and they're like,
Yes.
"Now we'll get going." He's gone.
Yeah,
he'll have too
You
much
missed
fun
out.
here.
I walk down all the time.
I
spend
got a
my
hat
summers there.
still. I went to the store before it opened. I was like,
Riverhawks hat?
yeah, I was like, "Give me
They're
a
good
Riverhawks
looking
hat."
hats.
Yeah,
It's a good logo.
it's solid.
Great look.
Yeah.
Great.
No, and you
apparel.
know what?
Have you gone yet?
They're doing it what? Yeah. They're doing it really, really well.
Have you
with
thrown
their
out
promotions
a
and,
first pitch?
Nope. No, but I think I'm there at some point this year. They're doing like a science day game with someone from the Telescope.
You and
of
YouTube,
Science, and we were
Trav.
doing some experiments with some kids
Talking about what
on
wind?
the field. So Hogel and I were talking about that.
They have a drone at Riverhawks games, and they'll
Sure they do.
every so often on the
Sure they do.
scoreboard they take the shot of it, and it's a great shot.
Yeah.
Like when they have the
Great
crowd
spot,
and-
great location.
The drone shot of it is amazing.
There's no use
I
for
know.
a drone. I have
just-
no use for a
I'm
drone.
just pointing out that they have a drone and it works really well
Yes.
for them.
Yeah, yeah.
It's awesome.
Works well for
Just
us.
one
at CT
The
drone.
as
Stingers
well.
have one too.
Who needs
that
a
goes around
helicopter? We
in
got a
there.
drone.
Makes it
We
cheaper.
get way better video.
Here's our
off that
traffic
drone.
footage from our
Yeah, who needs traffic? It's Edmonton.
from our
traffic report. It's the exact same traffic report every single morning.
Dude, I read a lot of
That's
traffic
back up,
reports.
Backed up on the
West
sun,
End,
West
Lane.
West End,
White
the
mud.
head days, slow going.
Yellowhead Trail.
southbound. Yeah.
8 o'clock, things are getting a little more congested.
Yeah,
Take it a little
yeah.
easier. Leave the house a little earlier. It's just that simple.
It's my favorite thing about listening to traffic people is when they go, "Good job, everybody. We're stalling collision free." Good job, everybody.
Yeah, man, they did their job today.
Yeah.
They succeeded.
Why are you-
I like to
No.
say
No one,
that.
no one got an.
What do
no
you want
one's-
to say?
no
Like,
one's-
hey, if you could give me some
doing great this
action out
morning.
there.
why is that not doing great?
No. We got to stop with that.
But I'm just intrigued
Yeah,
why
I-
it's like
that's
it's a
all- I
terrible
also-
thing.
that's
I just
weird.
don't like it. I don't like it.
Well,
It's one of
if
those-
there's no
it's like
collisions
my
or
pet peeve.
stalls, like
Yeah,
we
that's
did
fine.
it.
Yeah,
We got through the day.
Why are we cheering that?
Because no one
We
has the
rarely do that,
inconvenience of a
yeah.
collision
No.
or a stall,
No.
and that didn't impact
No.
anyone else's
Yeah,
drive
I-
to work, and that's an awesome thing.
I get that, but why are we imparting ourselves as part of that? We did it, everybody. Good
Because
job.
if you drove to work, you didn't get an accident or a stall.
You did
So
it.
you're one of those that didn't cause problems for everyone else, and you didn't have an inconvenience
No.
for you.
Josh,
so good job.
you're saying you
Josh,
don't say like you don't
I
say
don't
like
like it.
you,
I don't like it.
Ty,
I don't like it.
all got here safely.
If I
So
was
good
a
job, us.
if I was a
Good job.
program director, that would be my number one.
dude. I can tell you some stories, Josh. I could tell you one about traffic. Anyways, we won't though.
I had a director that once taped my hands to my sides.
Really? Yeah, I would think it's weird to know what to do with your
Not
hands.
to talk to. No, she didn't like that I talked with my hands.
Now
when
in
I was
radio, you're
Toronto.
filmed all the time. Like you always have to go shoot videos, and it's always like, what am I doing with my hands?
Yeah. So
Well-
you don't like being on video. You'd rather be just on radio.
It just comes with it. Like I'm so used to it now. Like we get a photo taken of us, and I'll look like just terrible, and I'm like, whatever. They post
It
it.
is what
I'm
it
like,
is.
I don't
There'll be
care.
another
Doing
one
a
3
photo.
hours
yeah,
later.
like whatever. But
It is weird at EST. Knowing that we have cameras, we do it that way.
We
now.
have
It's
cameras,
weird.
too. We have
but
cameras
like, don't know we're all
permanently
now.
going.
It's like the video
Yeah.
component to all this. And it's like, oh yeah, actually,
Some people like to
can't look like
watch.
trash.
it's fine.
And Ray, you could like have looked like whatever. Just roll into work. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Now they'll know
You're
if
coming
you're
in hungover. Well, that's the thing. Like you come in hungover, no one knows.
Remember
Here,
that
it's
night
like,
with you, me,
jeez.
and Hernan, and I saw Hernan the
That
next
was
day.
that was the Kraken expansion draft. We're at Kelly's.
I saw, yeah, it was Kelly's pub. I saw Hernan the next day, and he looked like he wanted to die.
It was the worst. And then for me, it's always 12:30. I'm good.
Hey, he's one
12:30
coffee.
comes,
He's
but-
like, let's
Yeah.
go.
But it's it sucks doing shows hungover. But you haven't made it in broadcast until you've done that. Like that happens. But now it's like I haven't done it here yet. And it's one like with the cameras,
'Cause
it's
he's
like
still
you will
drunk.
know.
He hasn't had time to get hungover yet.
You got the two hoots, you know, which is the 2 hoots or 6 o'clock or
keep-
lagers
just
and
keep
birdie
going.
booze.
Keep going.
Have you tried the birdie booze?
I haven't tried the birdie booze yet.
Okay.
6 o'clocker's great though.
We have a birdie booze too.
I did. I saw that. Yeah.
If you want, you can try some on the way out. You're working, so
Yeah. You
You're
were
loud.
great. You were great on TV, by the way.
thank you.
What was your
Yeah.
TV hit for?
I was on. I was going global for the birdie booze.
Oh, really?
And then I actually the next day I was doing it for Oilers. I was on CTV.
Yeah.
David Wasiak was here, and
Oh,
I
Dave.
think it was the next day or 2 days later or
Yeah.
something. I was then on CTV. So I was doing a little rounds on the TV. You guys were going off to the bottom of the barrel for some reason, but there we go. I was on TV. Let's get to Hangout headlines, which was brought to you by the Ranch Golf and Country Club. Offering premier conditions, top-notch service, unmatched value. The Ranch, the place to go golfing this season. Book your tee time. Visit theranchgolf.com, as Classen said earlier. It's not going to rain all day tomorrow. Some showers here or something. It's not going to impact your round.
Wait, is the
Do not
audio
cancel your team. What do you mean, is the audio up?
No sound. Audio gone.
Audio went away. Well, it's working here.
All right. Someone let us know. Is it the nasty chat?
Someone's watching an old
No,
episode.
I've got audio there.
All right,
Someone's
okay,
watching
cool.
an old episode,
Yeah,
and they
dude,
texted
oh
in
my
saying
God.
exactly the same
We
time.
must have went out
That
for.
was actually crazy. Like
There's
I
no
was-
reason the audio should have went out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume that was a YouTube thing for a second then.
Or
That's
maybe
fine.
it
We're
was
all perfect.
Whale and the Wolf cut in again on.
Do not get me started on that one. I felt so bad for Whale and the Wolf. You don't want people to, because you don't want people to start being triggered by hearing their music, right? And that was the thing. So I was,
Those are
like, I
buddies
was
of
very
mine.
close to pulling them as the house band of EST for a little bit until I got that sorted out.
Yeah.
But then we got it sorted out, so I get triggered by it now.
Yeah.
Who does
all,
the song
all of a sudden, you just hear
for,
"Call me on the phone."
in the
Call
mornings?
me on the phone. So
does what?
Who does the song in the mornings?
Which one?
Oh,
Because I know you and Mariah on one of your on your podcast. It's the runner up. It's you guys mentioned the Dallas from Nelson.
yeah.
He or is on your show or something. He sent us stuff because we met him in Vegas too. Him and his wife, awesome people.
Super fun.
Dallas and Nelson does some of the music, and then John T and Victoria's one. He sent us a bunch of those.
Have you heard those songs?
He's
Yeah,
a,
I know. I
Very
listen
funny.
every day.
he's a diehard for us.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but
I'll put you guys on whenever I have to like do chores in the morning. That's when I'm texting you. I'm like, oh, I'll toss on these guys, see what's going on. So
We're in Calgary.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is that why you watch on YouTube, or are you?
yeah,
an
I'll put
audio
it on.
guy?
And no, I'm a YouTube guy.
Now, see, no, I
Put it
can't.
on
I
the
can't do
background
it.
of my TV. You know.
I'm always intrigued. Like, I
Always
actually want to
audio.
go and see how many people watch on YouTube, not listen, or listen, not watch on YouTube, and do both.
You'll never
Occasionally
know.
when
Because I've got
You'll
the
never
numbers
know.
to look at everything, but I'm always very intrigued. Okay, well, how many is there across, or isn't there anything like that? So
Yeah. I will. The only time I'll go into YouTube is if Eric sends out we're almost changing 500. And then I'll be like, all right, fine. And
You
I'll
go
open
for the
up
like?
YouTube and I'll hit the like, and then I'll go back into the
nice.
iHeartRadio.
What's the big plans for the future? Any exclusives
1 year
you can drop?
anniversary.
Yeah, what's the 1 year anniversary plans?
September 6th. I don't know.
Yeah, host your own wrestling show, and like dungeon style.
But we're gonna just turn one of these rooms into
No,
the
like
dungeon
outside in the parking lot here. Sure, why not invite people to come out?
and just get in fights.
Yeah. It's actually a fight club. Start a fight club.
That's like,
To
we're gonna create a
celebrate.
little bit of a fight club here or something.
His name was Matt Iwanyk.
No, no, we have a lot of plans. We have a lot of ideas. We have
guys
a golf
wanna-
tournament who you are a part of. He's golfing
I'm
with
in.
his foursome.
Wow.
I have no spots. I think we'll have one left later to potentially get away.
Really?
But,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I'm glad I finally paid my fee.
Oh, you were fine. It was all no. So like we've got, I don't know. There's we got to get through the Oilers playoff run here. Stanley Cup Finals, baby.
They're gonna win the whole thing.
They feel like a team of destiny a little bit.
It really does.
You can just tell it's like the same air of like when the Raptors won. Aura?
Aura.
Yeah, that's the word. Yeah. I talked
It
for a
was in
living.
the air. It was in the air.
It was in the air.
It was, but there's that feel like it's like
it does-
honestly it's just one of those
yeah.
things where it like they benched their goalie. He came back and he's been playing amazing in Skinner. Like there's just everything that the coach is doing was working. They've won in so many different ways, and they do feel a little bit like a team
And
of destiny.
after the start to the season that they had,
Yes.
this would be the perfect
Yeah.
ending.
It's-
Good way to cap it off. It's kind of like it's like a story.
So
When
how
they-
many-
when
the
they made-
Netflix documentary, the 30 for 30 on this season.
When they made the Kawhi trade, right? Like it's like it was destiny. It had to be done.
what's it like in Calgary? Do people care about
oh,
the Stanley
yeah,
Cup?
people-
Are people cheering against the Oilers? Are they cheering for the Flame or the Panthers because they have Matt Tkachuk though? Do they have Matt Tkachuk? Do they just want to see the series blow up and no one wins?
I think
what's it
that's
feel
probably
like?
the most popular one. But there is a lot of Oilers fans there. Like there's Flames fans who live in Edmonton. We're all well aware of that. But I was saying to some of my friends who live in Calgary, I was like, well, the Oilers like need to win it. They deserve to win it. And he was like, why? And I was like, because it's all like not everyone, but like the general population seems to ride or die with the Oilers.
Yep. I would agree with that. The
Like-
city is happier when the Oilers are doing well.
And I think something about it, like I was like, they need it. Like I'll be happier for the city than the team itself.
Yes.
Like they took away the City of Champions sign. You go from feeling like $1 million in the 90s and 80s when you're top of the world, and
Yeah.
then just to, and all of a sudden everyone tells you that feeling you had that will never come back. Like they deserve to feel that one more time. So
Well, is it only going to be one more time?
I don't
or
know.
is
It
this
could be
the
multiple,
start of-
right? Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But like it's like at least one. Like
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah. I can't get behind the whole everybody in Canada should cheer for the Oilers.
I hate
That's
it.
so weird. Yeah, that
That's-
Boston Pizza ad was a bit strange.
I've had this again for like Oiler fans. It's other teams that have gone on runs. You should want to be the team that breaks the streak.
Yeah. If you're a fan of another Canadian team,
You want the Oilers to lose so that your team could then go break this streak.
has the chance. Yes.
Like so, and then there's
Yeah,
the
back to
rivalries to this.
wrestling with the
Also with
Undertaker
that,
reference,
the
nice.
Flames fans, you shouldn't be cheering for the Oilers fans. Rivalries is you want the other team to fail. You want them to be miserable.
My buddy's a Canucks fan, and he's now pulling for the Oilers.
They
I'm
can't
like,
do
what
that.
are you doing?
No, can't do that. Like the only one.
Unless
Like,
he hates the Panthers for some reason. Like that would be the only
Yeah,
reason why.
but you have to hate you can't hate the Panthers more than you hate the Oilers.
I
When
don't-
you're a
like,
Canucks
but
fan.
like-
But like Winnipeg and Ottawa are the two teams that are just like kind of left out. There's no real rivalries against
go
those two
Jets,
teams
baby.
against
Yeah.
anyone else.
Minnesota.
But in Canada.
Oh.
But in the end, also, it's just one like you shouldn't want them to go win. You should want your team to go win it. So if
Yes.
you're any of the other 6 teams in Canada, you shouldn't want the Oilers to win because you should then want to keep it open so that you could go break the streak.
Right.
And now, if you're the Oilers fans, not only could you win it, but you're the one to break the streak. And how great would that be? Feel like we brought it back to Canada.
And if you're a diehard Oilers fan, I don't want bandwagon jumpers.
I'm with that one.
you rode through all that. Like
That's
the
part-
Raptors was
part of the
different
re-
though.
part of
I
the re- yeah, the Raptors
I felt like I
was
was just
different.
happy to see
Because
Canada
But that
watch
was trying to
basketball.
convince basketball in this country.
Yeah.
And it's one team in the country. And so, okay, fine. You can get behind it. I was still-
Like I've lived in Edmonton, Calgary, Winnipeg, all of NHL teams, and there's been times where I've been like so annoyed when I was in Edmonton about how much people only cared about the Oilers. Like I like the Oilers. I got nothing else. I used to be a bigger fan than I was now.
Right.
But it was that overbearingness that kind of just drove me out of it, and it was like I'm good. I don't need to ride or die with this, but I do hope they win, and I do think they will win.
Celtics, anyone stopping the Celtics? Or
No,
not
but the-
anyway. Like, is there any way Mavericks can stop? Could
Although,
Luka and Kyrie
I mean-
stop them?
We'll see what happens when
Pacers
they get.
should have won.
We'll see what happens when they get.
You think the Pacers should have won?
They should have been up at 3-1 in that series at
Yeah,
one point.
the
they
Pacers
screwed it up.
The Pacers blew it.
They screwed up game 1. Did they screw up game 2? I can't remember. And then I know a couple games in
Yeah.
Indiana. They
Yeah.
should have won.
I was
Yeah,
fine
right
with
there,
that.
The amount
when
of
they
steals
just-
that the Celtics had in the final possession
Yep.
of the Pacers.
Yep.
Like,
I
it's
always
just
feel
ridiculous.
like the NBA finals, like in the Eastern Conference Finals, Western Conference Finals, like the teams just kind of have to hang in there, and then they could just take it right at the end.
when they're that good.
Yeah, we'll
the
see.
Celtics are
I
just
don't
amazing.
know. I don't know if last night was just an off night for Kyrie and Luka. Luka had 1 assist. The Celtics had more blocks than the Mavs had assists as a team last night.
Don't you?
So is that just a bad?
Are you going to be mad if the
They've been on
Celtics
a-
win?
I don't care who wins. No,
You're just glad
I'll be
it's
mad
not
if
the
the
Knicks.
Mavs win. I'll be mad if the Celtics win.
Why would you be
I'm
mad
just-
if the Mavs won?
I hate the Mavericks.
Who do you hate more, the Mavs or the Celtics?
Probably the Mavericks.
Really?
I know.
I
which
don't
is
have
weird,
that. I
but
have a message from you about the Celtics that I was
I know.
looking at earlier.
I do not like the Celtics, but
Sorry, I have to remember. I have to
for
get
some
something.
reason I don't like Luka. I don't
but
know.
you
Luka.
like he
No,
likes, but he
don't
likes
like
Draymond
Luka.
See,
Green.
I was expecting Kyrie.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Kyrie fan either.
Yeah, but you don't hear a lot of people say I don't like Luka.
What do you
No,
not like
I
about him?
I don't know. I just don't like him. It's
Yeah, I
like
just
it's
don't
like
like
Scotty
him.
Scheffler. I don't like Scotty Scheffler.
Did you watch Full Swing?
Yeah,
And you still don't like Scotty after that.
He's a live guy.
Scotty's not in full swing.
The first season?
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No,
Scotty Scheffler's in first season.
I'll look it up.
don't believe so.
100% he is. He's
With
in
Meredith?
full swing. Because it's the reason I actually started to like him was he was in full
Oh,
swing.
you're right. He is in full swing. No,
Yeah. Calling
that
me
was
out.
part of the reason I don't like Scotty Scheffler is because of that.
Because he was in it.
Yeah. Nah, I don't like him. Yeah.
Calling me out on my own show like that.
I don't like him. not a big Scheffler guy.
I'd say, and because of that, I loved him. But I like you don't hear a lot of people say they don't like Luka.
That
So
is an
that's
odd pick.
Yeah, I don't like him.
I respect that. I like that also that you don't know fully.
Yeah,
Is it what?
I just don't.
Yeah, there's that pettiness I love.
Yeah.
I respect it.
But you like Draymond Green, you said.
I love Draymond.
Like this guy's like Draymond Green is the greatest basketball player.
Draymond should have
Draymond
been in the
Green-
90s or the 80s. He
You-
should have been
you
playing
say that
then.
thing to get me riled
Green
up.
is the reason the Warriors won all those championships.
Sure, Matt.
He is.
Sure.
They don't win all those
Hey,
championships
excuse me?
without Draymond Green. They don't.
More
They
than
don't-
Steph.
They would have won the other
More than
championship
Steph
if-
Curry.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. I mean, they could
More than
they
Klay
could
Thompson in
afford-
those wins. More than Kevin
They
Durant
could
when they won.
afford to lose Clay.
That's
They could
so
afford to
wild.
lose one of those three
That's
guys and
so
still
crazy.
win with Draymond.
This is
They
a take
couldn't
I've
win
had to
without Draymond.
deal with from him alone for years.
no way.
You're lucky Dusty's not here.
No.
He's not a big Draymond guy. I don't
the
think.
Me neither.
Yeah, no, he's the.
I think
he's the.
he's-
Re-
I
that's
think
the
he's
reason
doing a
LeBron
bit.
got
Tell
that
me-
championship is because Draymond got suspended.
Okay, well,
That's because
Draymond.
LeBron was unbelievable too. LeBron had that block
But they
on
would've-
it.
They were up 3-1 and blew it because Draymond got suspended
And also,
That's
the
right,
Cavs
they
just
couldn't
play
recover.
great.
and didn't have to face Draymond. You can't. Listen. Draymond says some crazy things right now, and he hates
But
on the
he's
Knicks.
like the
And I
number
know-
one reason they
but-
won. Like you don't put Steph or Clay or Katie ahead
said-
of him.
he said-
and it's
No,
like two
I
or
don't-
three.
No, I-
Like,
Well, Steve Kerr, you're
what
like,
I'm saying.
nah, Draymond
Obviously,
should have coached.
They have star players.
But if you're
He's
ranking
not
the order of
star-
importance,
I'm saying
they're not going to win without Draymond Green, which means he's number one on
I'm saying
importance.
he was the catalyst to those championships. They don't win as many. They don't have the seasons they had without Draymond.
Why did he stop the Raptors?
Because Clay was hurt and KD was hurt.
That's right.
You can't win all the time.
Jeez, Josh.
Well, if you have Draymond, you're supposed to.
Yeah,
He was
I mean-
getting old. It's getting old. No,
Congratulations to Michael. He's the qualifier for the $100,000 hole-in-one presented by Golf Town. July 3rd, Ranch Golf and Country Club, hole
7
17,
iron, Michael,
180
7 iron.
yards out. You got a delay story of the Oilers
Oh,
that you need to get to.
so my
yeah.
So my neighbors don't often have people over, but they decided to watch Game 7.
Canucks?
Of Dallas. No, sorry, Game 6.
Game 6.
So the clincher. So they're watching on their patio with some guests. I'm watching in my sunroom with the windows open because it's nice outside. And I will cheer, and then about 40 seconds later, I'll hear them cheer. So the Oilers score the first goal. I'm like, yay! And then I hear 40 seconds later, yeah! All right! And they're diehard Oilers fans. The second goal gets scored, and my wife goes, yeah! Again, 40 seconds later, oh, yeah. And then I can hear them all moving inside. So I'm like, oh, we've just ruined their game because their stream is 40 seconds
I had that happen out in
behind
Mornville
ours.
once.
Yeah.
Watching
so I went
outside.
next door and I was like, hey, listen. So I knocked on the door and I was like, listen, you know what? You guys have people over. Go sit out on the patio. I'll close the windows. We won't cheer. So we watched the rest of the game, not cheering, like just kind of quietly. We'd be like, that was good. And then 40 seconds later, we'd hear, yeah, from our neighbors.
The hero.
What good neighbors you are.
The hero.
Trying to be, but yeah. So the delay will kill you, and it happens. My phone is faster than my TV.
Yeah.
What cable package do you have? Shaw or Telus?
I've got Shaw.
See, and I wonder because maybe they have Telus. Because I have a Telus, and I feel
don't
like I'm
think
really
they- I don't-
behind other people.
I don't think they have cable.
Oh.
I think they're just streaming. it
Okay, so then
somehow,
that's
right?
definitely
Yeah.
delayed.
Yeah.
See, and that's I
But
was
yeah,
saying.
after they didn't cheer when after the second goal, I was like, we've just ruined this for them. We gotta
How loud were you cheering?
not.
It
loud,
doesn't take
but
a lot though, because
Yeah. Yeah.
I live next to Moss Pit.
Yeah.
And it's not loud that I'll hear where I am, but you just
No.
hear cheering. You go, oh,
Yeah, they're
There's a
about
goal.
to score.
and then it happens, and at the end, like that
Yes.
that knowing just ruins it.
Yes.
And then also it's as you're watching the game, like the Oilers get in the offensive zone, you're like, well, they're not scoring
Yeah,
any
'cause I
moment right
haven't
now
heard
because they
anybody
haven't
cheer.
been cheering yet.
Yeah.
Do you?
So like it ruins it, and that's why for Saturday after Century Casino, I don't know fully where I'm going to go for the game. I might go to Hudson's Bourbon Street where Tommy is for post game.
Come join us.
Tell 'em
at
I
the
said
Sherbrooke.
hi.
But it's one of
join
those.
us
It's
at
like
the
I can't like for the Stanley Cup. Like I'm like Tommy and like other media. I'm not fully cheering for everyone.
Yes.
I would like it for the city. But when I watch these games, I don't want it to be spoiled. I like
Yes.
watching in the moment, and it's like I can't watch it from home
And it's
because
nice
it's
to watch
fully
with other people
ruined.
are like
Oh, yeah.
hugely invested. Like my buddy Matt loves the Oilers. And it's so nice to watch with him and see him get so stressed out. And I'm just like,
It is. It's
You get
interesting.
stressed out for the Knicks, though.
I do.
He does.
Everyone has their teams, though. Everyone has their teams.
You
and I
got to
get
watch the
stressed out
next
for it.
game with Josh. he'd be like, "Are you seeing this?" And I'm like, "I don't know what's happening."
I gotta
like,
change
the
my
Knicks are
hat.
on right
I gotta
now.
change my hat. I gotta go to the black Knicks hat.
Portions of this hour of the EST Hangout brought to you by the Hive Product Marketing, official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Stock, promotional products that bring the buzz. Check them out, hiveproductmarketing.com. Chelsea's doing some great stuff for the golf tournament, so I think we have some nice
Hey,
things
now
to
that I'm
throw
a
in on
Nasty
that.
Club member, do I get a hat or do I have to buy a hat?
No, you're only monthly right now.
Oh, would I have to be a annual?
Yeah, and that's closed right now till fall.
Ah,
Dusty said he
son of
heard
a-
that you got in or something.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
no,
I
it's
did.
we have packages with it. So like there's
Oh,
the annual
that-
and then the
oh.
annual
I saw
premium.
that. Yeah, you can log in
And
on the
then-
website.
Yeah, we have so there's the post show. We'll throw that up there and then some bonuses.
The best part of it is that I just keep playing goal songs for people.
You get the
It's
goal
like my
song
buddy,
access.
Matt, who's never heard all these goal songs, and then
You get full access
Yeah.
to that.
That's cool.
Need to qualify someone for the Great Outdoors Comedy Festival, which is taking place July 12th to the 14th. Kingsman Park, sold out Friday. Saturdays, Kevin Hart. Sunday, Burt Kreischer, Whitney Cummings. The sold out Fridays, Andrew Schultz, Shane Gillis. Alec at the official beer of the Great Outdoors Comedy Festival here in Edmonton. There's one in Calgary.
Yeah, you guys got a stacked lineup here in Edmonton, though.
I don't know what's in Calgary. I think Blind Man's the beer for Calgary.
I was talking about the comedy, but
No, I know. I know, but greatoutdoorscomedyfestival.com for tickets. Friday, again, completely sold out. We want a VIP table. Give some of that away to someone, to Kevin Hart. Give it away next Friday. Text us your prediction for the Oilers game tomorrow. Game one. We're not going to go series. Just game one. Who wins? Oilers, Panthers. Text it to 780-218-9999, and you will go into a draw for that VIP table for 4 with the 6
Oilers
o'clock
take
or
game
longer.
one.
yeah, 6-0.
Oh wow!
That's bold.
They'll chase Bob.
We've got an EST parlay up for this series, which if it's 6-0 will help us very much for the series. Because what do we have in this parlay? It's plus 1,200.
What are you thinking, Matt?
It's
Oilers in 6.
McDavid 9+ points, Bouchard 6+ points, Hyman 5+ points, Nugent Hopkins 4+ points, Draisaitl 3+ goals, Edmonton to win 6 more games.
Oh, that's for the entire series.
That's a series parlay. Plus 1,200. So you have until tomorrow and puck drop to get that in there. Plus 1,200.
Is Sam Gagner still on the team? Like,
Yeah.
because he
I think
hasn't,
a lot
he
of
hasn't
people
played in the playoffs.
I think
right?
a lot of people want him to just get that one game in to guarantee his name on the cup.
No, he's
Yeah.
got it. He's got over 25 games.
well, I think
that's the
Do
rule.
we have to play in the playoffs?
No. You just have to have over 25
you have to have
regular
so many
season games.
regular season games
Yeah,
for the
25.
team.
He's got 28.
Did he play that many games this
Yeah,
year?
he's got 28.
I didn't realize he was in the lineup that many times this year.
You should do a parlay for will Sam Gagner play?
Who said
tough to
you
say.
weren't an Oilers aficionado?
This
I
guy,
do
look,
like
he's-
the Oilers,
Stat guy,
but
stat guy.
He's here. But it'd be nice to see him
you know,
get a game and like,
Yeah.
But it's also you can't just go for like
Yeah, here.
good feel
Cup
good.
finals,
game
Sam.
and-
This is the game.
No, it's one where it's like, yeah.
So if they're
you
up
need to win the
3
cup.
games to none,
Maybe. I think at that point you can maybe look at doing something like that.
Sure.
But it's hard.
put
like
a couple guys in.
because it'll happen. Like I remember the 2020 Euros in 21. Italy through their group stage, they were going through, and in the final 5 minutes, the manager made a change and brought on the last few players who had not played yet.
Right.
And so everyone on the roster got some playing time.
Yep.
And then they got into the knockout stage. And you can do that in soccer because you can do that mid-game.
Right.
You
Get
can't
the
also
medals.
dress Sam Gagner in the third period.
yeah.
Right? Like that.
Sam, get down from the press
Like
box.
it's 4-0. It's like, okay, now
We need
we're
you.
going to
Yeah.
we could put him out there for a couple minutes so he gets that experience.
Just have him in the backup goalie outfit.
People are saying 41 regular season games. No. So I'd have to
41? I
look
thought it
into
was
that.
25.
I'd have to go look into that. But there is a,
Oh,
if I'm
not
not
the
mistaken,
stat guy.
you get to
Sorry.
petition the
Maybe I'm thinking
league.
basketball or something
You
else.
get to petition the league for so many extra names you could throw in. I think after.
You can petition.
Yeah.
Petition, like
you can
you have
tell
so many
them.
extra you could throw in. So you could say we want this guy for these reasons or something like that. But they have to be players. It's the same as when the Oilers won. I can't remember which year. There's X all the way through because Peter Pocklington was it his dad on there?
Yeah.
Or there's someone, and then the NHL found out later all they can, and they had to X it out because he wasn't allowed. So
How great of a story would it be if Jack Campbell could find his way into a game and get a win in the finals?
let's not put
Would
that
that-
out there
No.
because the only way that happens is
what
if there's
a-
multiple issues with
what a
Skinner
we
and
don't know
Bear.
anything about that. That's
What a
never happened.
redemption story. Like you want to talk about the twist on the 30 for 30, and then Soup came back.
Jack Campbell starts game 1 tomorrow. Chris Knobloch shocks the world.
And
no one
he
was
gets-
expecting
And he gets a
it.
shutout, and everybody's like, the Knobbler is a genius.
No one calls him the Knobbler, do they?
I was told
guess he
that
does now.
I was told I had to work that in. Hastings is trying to make that a thing.
Oh, is
Trying
he?
to make that a thing.
A buddy of his is like, it's got to be the Knobbler. I'm like, I don't know that that's good. So
Corn
there you
on
go,
the
Jeff.
knob.
I got the
You
the
were
Knobbler
one
in.
of the early people. I don't know if you were the first one on Moss Pit.
Yeah. Well, I didn't name it, but
Wait,
someone.
wait.
So
It was on the morning
yeah.
show.
So what happened was, I said, we need, if we're gonna have this outdoor thing, we need a name like Jurassic Park. And
So
so,
cool.
and then on the morning show, they were running with, hey, send us suggestions. I did a big Twitter poll or suggestion thing on it, and someone came in with the Moss Pit. I can't remember who it was. I wish I could. And then we were like, that's what it is. And so we just, when I would go down there, I'd be like, and we're in the Moss Pit. And it somehow has made its way
onto
to
the national
now-
broadcast.
Yes,
They keep calling it. Like when they
McLean
look, they
keeps
go,
calling it the Moss Pit.
And I always just think like, hold on a second. We
We
started,
started that. I know.
We started that.
I
Like
know.
that was a
Yes.
Josh Classen, Dusty, Lieutenant Eric,
Yes.
Nielsen show collaboration
Collab, yes.
with the listeners.
Yes.
That's ours.
I
And I'm
know.
like, that's actually really cool that this is fully gone on. And
I don't even
I
think
know.
like I know what the official name is for it, like the one that they try to get going. It's like the Molson Canadian Friends of Fun.
District.
No, that's not Fan Park.
House.
No, Fan Park is the one
That's
with
the,
the
I think it's just the plaza or something, isn't it?
Ice District
They'll
Plaza.
come around eventually. Like the Jets
Something
do the
like that.
whiteout parties.
Well, the fact that it like has stuck that way, it's just like, yeah, that's.
Yeah.
And I don't think Dusty or Eric have fully realized that
That they were
they're big, and it started from here.
instrumental. Yes.
Yeah, like it's just one of those. I'm just trying to see if I can find. Well, there's the watch party. I'm seeing that. I'm seeing ad for SmackDown returning. We knew that.
that's huge.
I'll have to take a look somewhere else. Yeah, I forgot what it's officially called. They got the carnival. It's not that.
Well, it's $20
just
now.
It's just Ice District Plaza, isn't it?
Yeah, but they have like a name. It's like they try
it the
to
tailgate
that's a
party?
sponsored
Oh.
Is it the
name.
Ford Canada tailgate party?
That might be it. Yeah.
No, that's in the Fan Park. The Ford tailgate party. That's in the
No, that's Fan
fenced-in
Park.
area.
The Scotiabank Fan Park. So no, it's the tailgate party. I think.
Is what really?
That's why we call it
Because-
the Moss Pit because this is so confusing.
Because the fan park is where now the carnival is, and then they had the Molson House.
Right.
That was in that
the
spot.
big tent.
So tailgate party would be the plaza, which is Moss Pit.
Right.
I'm assuming. So this is why we go with Moss Pit. Just makes sense.
Yeah.
But congratulations.
A lot
on
easier
that.
to
I'll
keep
keep track
track
of
of.
stuff. My official prediction is the series will go between 4 and 7 games. Panthers, the Oilers will hoist the Stanley Cup.
Bold
I've been right the last 2 series when it comes to that. I also do stand by, though. In full seriousness with that, I don't see how Connor and Leon don't go all out to get this ring. 4 wins away. Legacy matters.
Yeah.
They'll go out for legacy.
And what about your basketball prediction? Celtics or Mavs,
It's
4
gonna
to
be the
7 games.
Celtics. It's going to be Celtics. I can't even go against the pick. It's just too obvious. And it hurts, but it also.
Luca is on an historic run, though.
Renee from Century
But-
Casino is a Celtics fan, and I'll be happy for her.
Sure.
But
I
as a
just-
Lakers fan, I'm also
Yeah.
very sad because it's.
Well, you guys
Celtics.
are getting Bronny next year.
But-
That's going to be huge for you.
Yeah.
I'm
Are
happy
you
for
Are
Renee,
you taking
and
him
it's-
at 16 or 11 or wherever? There? Or are you
It'll
waiting,
be in the second
Wait
rounds.
until 57. He's
It'll
not
be-
going to be there at 57.
Yeah,
No
Jazz
one's
are going to
touching him.
sweep him.
I stand by. No
Someone's
one's
gonna
touching
take
him
him.
because I think they're all trying to get the Lakers to draft him. And they're trying to mess with them to waste
some
the pick
team
on him.
is going to take him because they're in
And
hopes that
and he's
LeBron
not
would
gonna
then go there.
And then the Lakers will have to trade for him. Unless Dan Hurley doesn't want him.
What if they
I'm loving
imagine
that
what they
hire.
give up for
Loving that hire.
Bronny just to get him over there?
It
Like,
would be a
you'd
good,
like-
it'd be a good story.
Say the
It'd be
Knicks
great.
draft him.
He should be back at school.
Yeah.
He is
Probably.
not ready. He with the health issues and with his performance last year, he needs to have another 2 years at USC and just that there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
And they're screwing this up. Even though they keep saying
gonna end
they
up
don't
in the-
care about him playing with
Right.
LeBron.
They're going to be the first
It's-
father-son duo on a video game cover. For sure.
Oh, you have to put them on the cover at that point. Or you have to have a special edition cover that's just sold in like the LA market.
Father
Although I
and son
still
edition.
wonder about why LeBron was at the Cavs game in the playoffs. Was it the Cavs game in the play? No, he was. Was it the Cavs game?
Yeah, I think he did show up.
Was that the second round?
He went to Cleveland.
Yeah, second round, and he was there. And Brian Windhorst is one. Is like LeBron doesn't do things without a reason. Why is he being shown at a Cavs
From
game?
Cleveland.
Hey,
But he's
from
never.
there.
but
He's at home.
He's never
Went
does
home.
that stuff. No. So I'm a little worried as a Laker
Ulterior
fan that
motives.
he's going to go sign there or something. Till I hear the deal's done, I'm worried he's going to leave.
Yeah. You know what? I'm past the point of wanting LeBron in New York.
Really? You don't want the 39-year-old?
No.
He'd hurt your team dynamic.
It would. I don't.
The question is, can Brunson relive this?
Now, yeah, I don't think you want Braun anymore.
It was the Kobe factor at the end before his Achilles and stuff. There's a lot of players that also don't want to play with Kobe because
You want Anthony Edwards is who you want.
Luka owns Edwards.
Yeah, I'd take Ant.
Luka owns him.
They're gonna have to get rid of Randall
I can't wait to see what the Raptors do because they have to make
Why?
big moves. So.
and pick up another wing.
Why not see what he can do healthy with that team?
Get
Because that
Porzingis
team,
back.
You can make the trade
No.
during the season.
Yeah, I mean,
Start with him.
I'm not saying off season, but I think at some point they're
You
gonna
start
have to
that
get rid of
season and you
Randall.
see how it goes. Maybe it's great, but if not, you make that
Yeah,
big move
and then they'll have to bring someone else in.
And
The
you-
talk is Miles Bridges, so you can bring back all. He's the final Villanova piece in the Infinity Gauntlet.
the New York Knicks are Thanos over there.
Before we wrap up, reminder, Riverhawks tonight, home opener, 7:05 down at Remax Field. You can also catch the game live here on EST, on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Tune in iHeartRadio. Tomorrow, busy day on the station. We got Hello Hockey at 10, 1 o'clock. Green and Gold kickoff show live from Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge as we get you set for Elks Riders, myself and Jay Milne. 4:30, Trev, Sean Bell, Zach, Matt Cassin, GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show live from Hudson's Bourbon Street because they only have BRBN on there.
Bourbon Street.
So it's Bourbon Street. They're live there 4:30 till 6, getting you set for that. Me and Jay will have the Green and Gold post-game show live from Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge, only on YouTube. Then there'll be the GCL Diesel Oil Stream post-game show live from Bourbon Street Hudson's after the Oiler game. Then Sunday, we got the VIP golf show at 8 o'clock. And then Stingers action, they're live at the Expo Center. You can go watch that game as Niagara was in town. You could also catch that at 4 o'clock. So busy time
You
on
got all
EST, busy
that
time
time?
here in Edmonton.
It's like the back of my hand.
It's wild.
can
There's a
repeat
lot
that.
going on. Who's Calgary got this weekend?
The Cavalry?
Yeah, who do they got?
Oh my God, you just put me on the spot. I know they are playing.
Big fan.
I couldn't go to the game. I knew I couldn't go.
Yeah, but you should be paying attention.
I was looking at.
Calvary FC.
They're playing the Forge.
Oh, that's a big game.
Yeah, I know. Well, I had to go for
That's
a
a big
bachelor
one.
party.
I know. No, I'm just saying, like, that's actually CPL action. That's a pretty big heavyweight bout.
Forge
That's
Cavalry.
It should
Yeah,
be a
that was the
bumper
championship
crowd.
last year game, and it was tight, and it was Calgary scored in extra time, and then Forge scored twice
On
in
a
extra
corner.
time on a corner and won it. Like it looked like they were finally going to get their first title.
Yeah,
We
and
do have a
then-
title.
That
We
regular
got the-
season one doesn't matter.
That's all that matters.
No, it doesn't.
Who cares about
Not
playoffs?
in the CPL. In Europe, absolutely. Here in the CPL, it's about the playoffs.
The Rangers are saying the same thing. Who cares about the playoffs?
Exactly.
We got the President's Trophy.
CTV today, you're on.
Yeah, I'll be there.
So we get the weather all from you today, later today.
Yeah, it'd be like cloudy, maybe a couple scattered showers tomorrow, about 10, 11 degrees tomorrow afternoon. Nicer on Sunday, partly cloudy, about 17, and then 22, 23-ish for Monday, Tuesday. So
You gonna
warms
say
up
it's windy?
after the weekend. It won't be as windy tomorrow. It'll be more like breezy tomorrow.
Breezy, can't go with that.
Today's windy.
Oh, nice.
After Hours with Mariah and Ty, you can get that on Spotify. You can get that on YouTube.
it's video.
It is.
Really? I won't
X92 in
watch the
Calgary,
video. I'll listen
afternoon
to the sound.
show.
I won't watch the video.
And what time are you on cruise here in Edmonton?
Nights. I think I'm on tonight.
Oh, is it nights?
Yeah,
I thought you guys were in
6
the
o'clock.
afternoon or middays.
I thought you had a bachelor party to go to.
Radio magic. guys.
Radio Magic. Thanks for coming in. It was great seeing you.
Thanks,
Yeah.
man.
We miss you in Edmonton, but glad you and Mariah are doing great down south.
It was fun to be here, and thanks for reaching out to Josh, my old pal, so he'd come on with me.
We talk a little basketball. We didn't talk as much basketball as I thought we would, but we'll just
It's-
we'll
it
do
also-
it over
because
DMs like we usually
we're in the
do.
finals, and it's two teams where me and you both don't really.
The thing is, also Calgary, like they only could be successful with Edmontonians or Edmontonian area people, right? So you guys have to go save Calgary radio. That's why you guys are down there.
That's what we're doing.
Because Calgary doesn't have enough good hosts. Actually, your morning show and your drive show all came from our old building,
Yeah,
or your current building, our old building.
Yeah.
So,
we're all
with
there.
Sean, I'm Beckler, and you and Mariah, all from here in Edmonton.
Beckler's got that famous video online right now about Oilers fans.
I don't know if that one. So,
I'll
Josh,
send it to you.
Ty,
I'll
thanks for
send it
coming
to
in.
you.
That's it for the EST Hangout presented by Two Hoots here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports. Up next, it is the Lock Shop with Huss, and then at noon, it is the Oil Stream with Tommy. And as I said, all that program we've got here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy your weekend, and enjoy Oilers, Elks, Riverhawks, Stingers all weekend. But I know for most people, Oilers tomorrow. Have a good one.
Bye.
Let's go. There you go, right in front of the camera.
First time guest, long time listener, fan of the original draft commissioner.
Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. The difference is clear. Matt Iwanyk, Tom Zola with here, joining us today.